Hello guys, welcome back to some more Steins Gate Zero. I'm gonna skip this real quick because even though I really like the song, I don't want to get copyright claimed on YouTube again. Or even Twitch. It's actually a bigger problem on Twitch than it is on YouTube. Um, Last time when we left off at a really interesting point because I'm more than certain we were finishing up an ending with because of Mother Goose. Because it feels like an ending, because we skipped 6 months again. And it was really a weird place for me to stop, but I had work, so I couldn't do much about it. But I do have a 3-hour stream planned today. At least. So we're going to finish this ending and hopefully finish the next one. So that way we can finally get to the true ending next stream. That is the plan. And I'm willing to go over stream time a little bit. But we'll see what happens. Really don't have much else to say about that. Let's just continue forwards. The tension started to drain from Kagede's body. Good. Mommy was acting normal now. Nothing to worry about. Mommy would never leave her. Ever. Kagedi ran over. Lady lowered the hand that she'd reached out towards the sky. Wrong. Why did you want me to come here? Lady smiled, slightly embarrassed, and spun the other way. Then she looked up at the time machine. This is what you came here in, isn't it, Kagedi? Why bring that up? That's something I... The words caught in her throat. She realized that the time machine's hatch was open. Why? Why is the time machine's hatch open? And someone appeared from within the time machine. Huh? Why are you? What I want to know. What are you two doing? This is Mayu. You promised you'd keep it a secret from Kagedi. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, Suzu. Mayushi wanted to say goodbye to Kagedi, no matter what. I'll be done soon. So keep getting ready. Okay. Once you're done, get in. His head disappeared back inside the time machine. Secret? Goodbye? Getting ready? What are you two talking about? I don't understand. She did understand. She knew exactly what was coming since she got the message from her mother. She didn't want to accept it. Didn't want to accept that the time machine was going to tear her away from her mother again. Listen. Mayushi's about to go back into the past with Suzu. Look at them. Didn't say time machine in there. That the person she loves can wake up. Impossible. The world lines are going to converge. No matter how hard you try, you can't change them. So, dame.
マユシーじゃ変えられない。だったらでもね、オカリンは別なの。オカリンには未来を変える力がある。そのオカリンをあの日チャンスはあの日だけだから。うまくいくわけない。
He grabbed Mighty's arms. He just smiled sadly.
それでもマユシーはもう一度会いたいんだ。法王院京馬に、私の彦星様に、もう一度。そんな。でも
But she knew this was coming. Since the day she got her memories back, Kagedi's life had been truly happy. She'd live every day in the peaceful Japan with no war and with Mayuri and the rest of the lab. Every day shined like a jewel. He thought it would last forever. But she'd known what the look in Mayuri's eyes had meant. She'd known why even when everyone was having fun, Mayuri always seemed kind of sad.
私はどうなるの？もしオカリンおじさんがシュタインズゲートへたどり着いたとして、そこでは戦争が起きないかもしれない。そうすればたくさんの人は救われるかもしれない。だけどそしたら私はママと会えないよ。そんなことない。どの未来でだってマユシーとカガリちゃんは会えるよ。
Well, we're starting off with fears today. I hope you guys enjoy that.
その世界ではカガリちゃんは一人じゃないかもしれない。本当のお父さんとお母さんがいて幸せに暮らしているかもしれない。でもマユシーはそれでもカガリちゃんに会いに行くから。それでね、カガリちゃんととっても仲良しになるから。だからカガリちゃんは何にも心配しなくていいんだよ。私もママもお互いのことを忘れちゃうかもしれないんだよ。私のことを覚えていないのにどうやって会いに来てくれるの？絶対無理だよ。マユシーにはきっとカガリちゃんがわかるよ。なんでそんなことを言い切れるの？
Aww.
でね、それが運命だもん。マユシーとカガリちゃんの絆はどんなことにも負けたりしない。だから今の記憶がなくなっても絶対にマユシーはあなたを見つけ出すから。ママ。
Feels like tears fell from Mayuri's eyes, but she kept smiling at Kagedi anyway. The first time Kagedi realized how strong Mayuri Shina really was. Realized even if Mayuri didn't, how tough and strong her will was. This girl, who seemed so small and fragile, believed in the power of the future more than anyone in the world.
じゃあそろそろ行くね。
He was about to get into the time machine, and Mayuri's legs shaking with each step up the ladder she took. Couldn't let this happen. Would just end up like that day in 2036. Yet he couldn't take that anymore. Agadi clung to Mayuri's body. Agadi grabbed the phone that Mayuri was holding and then pulled down on her hard. Mayuri lost balance and fell off the ladder. Agadi leapt inside. Agadi ignored her and leaned out of the hatch to smile down at Mayuri. The hatch started to close, and he was staring up at Kagedi in shock. When the hatch closed, she didn't see her beloved mother anymore. wiped away the tears, sat down in the passenger seat, and strapped herself in. Suzuha sat in the main seat and grinned.
まさかもう一度お前と乗ることになるとは思わなかった。一番最初に戻っただけだよ。最初とは大違いだ。あの時のお前はピーピー泣いてた。鈴葉お姉ちゃんだってちょっぴり泣いてたくせに。そうだな。行くよ。かがり。かっこいい。
Suzuha tapped at the console and the whole seat started to shake. At the same time, a pale light began to shine from within the machine. The time tower was beginning. There was no guarantee it would work. I'd never see Mayuri again. She swore that she would make this succeed. The thought of Mayuri Shina. And thus, Kagari ending has been fulfilled.
探し物一つ星の笑う声風に瞬いて手を伸ばせばつかめるよ。
No matter how far apart they were, that song would connect them together. Yep, Kagari ending. I was, what? 10 minutes away from that ending. If I just bit my lip and went all the way through, I could have actually gotten that done before I went to my work yesterday, but I wouldn't have been able to talk about it. Ah. The credits has a song that they've been singing. Wonder if it has anything more. Oh, and interesting, this one actually shows the scenes that Kagari went through. Very nice. That's a nice touch. So, I guess in this one, you're meant to believe that Kagari is actually Kagari. And I can believe that to a certain extent. But the fact that the other ending exists makes it hard for me to do so. Oh, there's a full version of the song. Like, that hasn't been explained yet. The whole Yuki being the biker. Like, the reason why, I know why that was explained in a different timeline. So I know of it. But it hasn't given you any context in this. I don't know. I still believe that this Kagari is a fake entirely, not just... I mean, she believes she's Kagari, so I guess in a way she is Kagari. But I don't know. This feels so... Like, if this was my first playthrough and I got this ending, I would be like, oh my god, this is so heartfelt and heartwarming. But since I've played the other endings, I'm like, this was nice, but I don't trust it. She's still in my mind. Also... I mentioned, okay, my camera rate's like, come on, get up to 60. I know you can. No? Alright, whatever. God, I'm blanking out. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, because I showed the scene. I said that happened with Makise originally, but no, that happens with Maki, oh my god. That happens with Makise in the Steins Gate world line. This is not the Steins Gate world line, so I'm wondering if this world line, it was Kagari. Because of Mother Goose completed. New wallpaper, yay! And with that, oops. Man, we don't have many CGs left to go. Look at this, we have 4... Just 4? 4... 8. We have 10... 11. And also, this wasn't here before. Are these promo arts? I'm assuming. Yeah, because there's... all of them. Seriously, that all seems so weird compared to what we actually see in game. Like, it seems so much more detailed. Just saying something. And you can definitely see, like, the difference in art style. Just a tiny bit. Interesting, you can actually see the changes in this. Also, how is it the same how is it the same guy in both shots? It's legitimately the same guy. Same headband, same glasses. This guy has... They're just fated to crash into each other. That's the whole thing behind that. Yeah, those were my thoughts on that ending. I don't know, that was a nice ending. Wow, it literally only took like an hour and a half compared to the other ones. Yeah, that was definitely the shortest one. But the next one is gonna be... if we answer immediately. Another phone ringing. When I pressed against Coyote's head, stopped ringing, and in that moment, the word changed. Huh? Yeah? Yeah? I was inside a deep, dark blackness. There was no sound. What did I do? I didn't even see the divergence. No temperature. Did I go to a world line where I died? Just darkness, cold, and silence. No one was here. Didn't even know if I was asleep or awake. Nothing but a vague sense of presence. Nothingness. Nothingness spreading out to infinity. I didn't see wait, that was weird. I didn't see what it changed to. I can't save. I can save. I just can't figure out how to do it. I'm still in the anatomic duel. Huh? What was I doing? Wasn't I... Who the fuck are you? I mean, based off the voice... Sento was the voice. Standing there next to the open curtains of the development room was... once again... Makase Kurisu. Oh, there you are, Kurisu. What? Promised Renacimento. Huh? What do you mean there you are? Been here the whole time. I am confused. Steins, you have confused me. That is not something you do often. I mean, it's okay. Let me put it this way. It's not something you do often with these route changes. Have you? Yep. Yesterday and the day before. I've been here a long time. And it seemed that way, come to think of it. It seemed like it was full of fuzz. I wasn't sleepy or tired or anything like that. My mind was very awake. Something was missing, something important. Hey. Where are Daru and Mayuri? Are you really okay? Something happened to you? What do you mean? Hashida and Mayuri right there. Look. Is this a glimpse of the Steins Gate world line? How could you miss somebody as big as me, Okarin? Oh, that's right. Daru and Mayuri were always here, weren't they? No, it wasn't just them. Lukako and Ferris. Are you okay, nya? I use my kitty charms to make you feel better, nya. Kyoma, if there's anything I can do to make you feel better, just tell me. There's some Lukago too, and... Take your special juice from the edible grasses I found in this area, Rintaro Okabe. I'm here too, Okabe. Suzuhan Moeka. All the lab members were in the lab, like they always were. That's right. This was my daily life. This was how I spent every day. It appears everyone has arrived. Did they reuse all the old art? Because Moeka and Ferris seem kind of out of place. I mean, Moeka I could possibly be made to believe, but Ferris seems very out of place. Therefore, we shall now begin the 65,536th round table. Are you ready? You're always so loud. And you need to wipe that self-satisfied expression right off your face, assistant. I'm telling you, I am not your assistant. Okarin and Karisu are always such good friends. You're the perfect couple. Now go explode. Wait, Hashida, I am not in a relationship with this guy. The closer you are, the more you fight me. I'm jealous. You join in on the fun, Urishibara. What? I couldn't. I just couldn't. Stop wasting time, guys! We're starting the meeting! So, what are we talking about today? What else? Our topic for today is... What? Our topic... Something was wrong. Did everyone else start fading? Everything seemed the same, but... That's right, it was cold. I didn't feel it. No emotions. No warmth. Everyone was here. But it was cold and dark. Cold. So cold it felt like the marrow of my bones was going to freeze. Like my bones were made of ice. Like all the blood in my body had been replaced with mercury. It was cold. Felt like I was going to freeze at any moment. What was this? What was this place? Where was I? Took a while. Where was I? What was I doing? Tried to speak, but the words didn't come out. It looked like I was lying in a bed, and a very hard one at that. Slowly looked around. It wasn't the lab, and it wasn't my room. The room was old and gloomy. Of course, I'd never seen it before. What was I doing here? There was a terrible pain in my head, like someone had jammed an electrode into my brain. I tried to raise my hand as I lay there, but it was too heavy. Like all the joints in my body had frozen. Going on. What hell did I just go into? I don't like this. Like all my strength to slowly sit up. Each time I moved a little, my muscles screamed and pain ran through my whole body. After minutes, I finally succeeded in sitting on the edge of the bed and looking down. I realized I was wearing a white gown like hospital patients wear. With some kind of equipment on my head, cables coming out of it were connected to a strange machine. What had happened to me? A moment ago, I was... That's right, Cockety. Lisa's memories have been downloaded into Kagete's head. Tried to erase them by overwriting them with Kagete's own memories. And then... That's right, I remembered now. The world line has shifted right after that. What had happened then? I do remember, but it was like my mind was filled with fog. And now I needed to figure out where I was. Got off the headgear and got out of bed. And collapsed. Didn't make sense. Was I just dizzy after all that was going on in my head? I had to stand up again. Didn't get any strength in my legs. Kept standing up and falling over, and in the end, I was only able to get up by grabbing the side of the bed. How could standing on my own 2 feet be so exhausting? Was I sick with some terrible disease? And maybe I'd been in bed for several days? But I managed to drag my weak legs to the door. It was bizarrely heavy. Maybe it would just seem that way to me. Only opened after I put my full weight on it. The door was locked, but it seemed to be the kind that could be opened from the inside. Walked down the dark hallway, leaning up against the wall for support. At the end of the hall was stairs. Clung to the railing and slowly walked up to them. At the end of the stairs, I found a hatch. In the full strength of my back, I was just barely able to get it open. I was inside an old building. Walked down the crumbling hallway, still clueless as to what was going on, and finally found a door to the outside. Lost it, I staggered outside, and I saw... mountains of shadowed rubble. Rows of destroyed, abandoned buildings. Exposed, twisted steel girders. First I thought it was a movie set. It was all far too realistic for that. Walls, the windows, the ceilings, everything was destroyed. Little bits of rubber covered the ground. There were cracks in the asphalt on the road, making it impossible to walk straight. It was directly in front of me. I went around a full 360 degrees and saw the same scene everywhere. Not oil, not something burning. Looked up to the sky. It was dark and gloomy. Thought it might just be cloudy, but something else seemed to be going on. See the hazy outline of the sun beyond the black curtain that covered the sky. A violent pain in my throat made me cough. Quickly covered my mouth with the sleeve of my gown. My eyes stung. I tried once more to calm down and see if I could remember what happened, but I had no luck. All I knew for sure was that there had been a ward line shift when I deleted Krisa's memories from inside Kagari. You sure that's when you deleted it? It's held by the Amadeus Krisu. It looks so different. I mean, of course one's CG, but they use that exact same sprite for the real one in the earlier memories. So seeing that compared to that, I think, well, that I answered my own question. One's a sprite, one's the CG. Memories implanted in Kagari. Everyone who ever owned them changed. There's whoever held Kadisu's time machine theory, the world line changed with it. This was another altered world line, which meant that what I was seeing was what looked like an ash-covered stick poking out of the ground in the corner of my eye. They went to take a closer look. Uh-oh, it's not a stick, is it? It was sticking out of the rubber, and at the tip it split into 5 smaller branches as if hand. It was a hand. The human hand had been scorched pitch black. A terrible feeling came rising up out of my stomach. Suddenly I thought I saw something move. No one was there. Where? Carefully to try and pick them out. The other side of that big building. They hear some kind of sound from over there. Someone there? Maybe they could tell me what the hell was going on. Trying my best not to move. Trying my best not to make any sound. Peek through the walls of the crumbling building. They were there, alright. There were people there. Lots of them. They weren't people anymore. They were just human-shaped wads of meat. Piled up into a mountain. On top of the mountain was a pack of dogs. Something long and slick was hanging out of the dog's mouth. Intestines. They were eating them. They were eating the bodies. I am so glad I did not wait to eat. The stench was horrible. The sound of the flies was overwhelming. Something out of hell. My gaze met the vacant eyes of one of the bodies. If its eyes fell out and the black insects crawled out of the empty socket. That is the horror movie description that I did not need. I ran away. I ran as fast as I could, stumbling forward on failing legs. Somewhere. Was there somewhere around here that was sane? No matter how far I went, it was the same thing. Mountains of rubble. Why was he there then? Rows of abandoned buildings. All I could see were the dead, were no living humans. And I found it. Were rows of huge buildings which all looked as if they were about to fall over. Rows were full of cracks. There was a warped overpass sticking out of the ground. A few rows of iron and railroad ties. Which knew this place. Only a shadow of its former self, but I knew it. Akihabara. Went. Where was Mayuri? Where was Daru? Where was Ferris? What about Lukako? Or Susuha? What happened to Maho and Kagari? I ran towards the lab to find out. I heard footsteps behind me. Rough footsteps, hopping over the rubble. More than one set. Got louder and louder, and soon I saw them coming towards me from between the crumbling buildings. There were 3 of them. They each had assault rifles in their hands. When they saw me, they all pointed their guns at me. There was so much I wanted to ask them. There were things I wanted to know. The only thought that came to me was that I needed to get away. Even as I tried to turn and run, my body refused to listen. I was a sense that I was about to flee because one of them yelled. Holes appeared in the concrete at my feet. They shot at me. They really shot at me. They'd shot at me with real guns. If they had just been a little closer, they would have hit me. Well, this took a dark turn. We went from a sad ending to whatever this is. I was too scared to stand. Man got closer, still holding the guns. Run. You have to run. It was like my body belonged to someone else. It wasn't listening to me. The man kept getting closer. And then there was another sharp noise. One of the men collapsed to the side. He hit his head on the rubble and stopped moving. The other 2 waved their guns around, clearly confused as to what just happened. Like Suzuha. You're in the way! Someone dragged me to the ground. Ed. I don't need an update right now. Shut up! More gunshots. 2 of them fell backwards, still holding the weapons at almost the exact same time. They died. Right in front of me. Someone had died. I did nothing more than sit there and watch as the silhouette moved in front of me. It doesn't sound like Susan. Trying to get killed? Looked up. The person I saw was... Oh, it is Suzuha! World War III Suzuha. Suzuha. Come on. Why don't you just go in and sit there? Did you kill him? What kind of stupid question is that? The coldest voice the knight had ever heard. Yeah. Suzuha. Right? The iron mask of an expression suddenly changed to surprise. That was only for a moment. Later, the fierceness had returned.
お前
Who are
何者
you?
だ
You really not
俺のこと
don't know who I
知ら
am?
ないのか
The change in the world line mean that Suzuha and I had never met?
岡部だよ
Me,
岡部倫
岡部
太郎だ
Kentaro Gabe! The expression on her face changed again.
岡部倫太郎そんなバカな
Did they think I died in this world line? There's of icy footsteps sounding in the
こ
darkness.
っちだ
This way. I'd given my name, Suzuha had stared at me suspiciously for a moment. Made some kind of call and told me to come with her. Made me wear a blindfold almost the entire time, though. Had no idea which way I'd gone or where I
止
was.
まれ
Did as she said. When I heard the knock, I finally realized we were in front of a door.
君に萌え萌え
バッキュンキュン
What?
入れ
Apparently there was a password. I only think of one man who chose such a stupid password. At the sound of a heavily locked door opening, and at last I saw a dimly lit room in the darkness. It was piled high with what looked like mechanical junk. Rows of instruments lined the wall. Now that was a time machine. A man was sitting in front of them, looking straight at me.
よかったやっと目を覚ましたんだなオカリン
The world line change put me in a coma. This is not 2036. This is not 20. Wait, but Suzuha's still. What is going on? So glad you're finally awake, Okarin. Who's this guy? How did he know my name? Been in his mid-40s. Big, broad-shouldered man with a stubby face. Sharp but gentle light in his eyes. Like I'd seen him somewhere before. Who are you?
やだな
Oh jeez, did you forget about me? Even after all that's happened, that still hurts, Okarin.
オカリン
The way he talked. That voice. Only one person there could be. That was...
まさか
you.
誰
Daru?
か
The man's face broke into a broad smile.
よかった覚え
Good.
ててくれて
You did remember.
てっきり忘
I
れら
thought
れ
you'd
たのかと
forgotten.
思ったのだぜ誰
Daru.
本当に
Is it really you?
こんなナイス
Who else do you know that's as handsome as me?
僕以外にいるわけないじゃん
Right, Suzuha?
な鈴葉
せめてもう
I'd admit that if you lost a little weight.
認めなくもないけど
そう言うなって
Don't say that.
これでも
I've lost a lot since I was younger.
随分と痩せたんだぜ
The Daru in front of me was quite a bit slimmer than the Daru I knew.
というか父さん
Wait, Dad.
少し
Why are you talking funny?
おかしくない
僕も久々
Don't
に
usually
こう
talk
いう
like
話
this,
し方したよ
but I figured it would make things easier for
オカ
Okarin.
リンはこの方が話しやすいだろうと思ってさ
The more pressing issue, though, was his age. Clearly a middle-aged man. The youngest I could possibly imagine him to be was his early 40s. I saw a shelf in the corner. Saw a man I didn't know reflected in his glass. Another man like him in his 40s, staring at me with a gloomy, sunken face. Slowly raised my right hand. The man raised his left as if copying me.
誰
Daru, tell me something.
一つ何でもどうぞ
Anything you want, man.
今は
What year is it?
何年だ
But his smile clearly became something more serious as he answered me.
2030
2036.
世界
The
は
world is at
戦乱の
war.
真っ只中だ
He jumped to a world line where he didn't die in 2025? That gave me all the details.
それじゃあ
This really is the year 2036.
2036年なのかそういうこと
That's right. Believable. Appearance and more than anything my own made it undeniable. 2036. The had said that World War III would start sometime in the next 10 years. 5.7 billion people would die. The population of Tokyo would drop to a tenth as it was. After that, the Third World War itself would end. The chaos would continue, and even in Japan, no, everywhere around the world, battles would continue. Was that what I'd just seen?
だが
But Why don't I remember any of this? My memories were of 2011. I had no memories of the past 25 years. Last memories of erasing Kadishi's memories from Kagari's head. Suzuha told me that I would die in 2025. Why am I alive? I want to know that too, Dad. Suzuha chimed in. We were all told Uncle Okanin died 10 years ago. He didn't die. That's what everyone believed. But in reality, he wasn't dead. Zell leaned over him. What's going on here, Dad? Did you lie to all of us? Calm down, Suzuha. I'll explain. Dad looked at me as if he was remembering old times and then resumed his explanation. Rin said you only got memories up to halfway through January 2011, right? Yeah. The world line changed in January 2011. That's all I remember. Gotten 25 years older without realizing it. That fact was starting to eat away at me. Maybe there's some problem with your body. Maybe you're just confused. You could have memories up to the end of January 11, 2011. The end? Why the end of the month? It was the end of the month when Mahotan saved your memory data. Yajo saved my memories? Yet she told Mahotan to take memory samples from you to help with the Amadeus research, right? You volunteered for Amadeus? Then I realized something incredible. Which means that inside my brain... Yep, just like you guessed. Your memories are the ones that were digitized in 2011. Digitized memories? Inside my head? Wait, Dad, I don't understand what's going on. How is Uncle Okarin alive anyway? I mean, he died in 2025, right? He did. For all intents and purposes, anyway. For all intents and purposes? That was when the race to make the time machine was at its peak. Everybody in the world wanted the paper that Kurisa Makise had written, and her memories. And at the time, Radfa had everything that she'd left behind. Radfa. And if they had it, they couldn't read it. They couldn't break the lock, you see. By the way, I was the one who built that lock. 2010. So they decided to capture someone who knew her well, get information from them. That was me? They did everything they could think of to try and get information about Kurisa Makise out of you. When we rescued you, your mind was shattered. You lost the ability to ever survive on your own. You were as good as dead, and there was no chance you'd get better. Then, body was alive? That's right. Okanin himself had given me the idea. He was starting to get worried about how they were after him. But you could have at least told me, right? You know what they say, right? To deceive your foes, first deceive your friends. But Suzuha seemed a little depressed. Come as a shock that her dad didn't trust her. Don't be like that, Suzuha. Only a very few people in Valkyrie knew about this. Knew the name Valkyrie. Suzuha had talked about it a lot in 2010. The name of Daughter and Suzuha's resistance organization. Oops. This button. Armed group of irregular fighters who oppose the government or the members of that group. The difference between a resistance fighter and a terrorist is a very slim one. Let's move on. Okanin's mind was shattered, and he was incapable of surviving. If we didn't do something, Even his body would have died. But a few people who knew the truth had been watching over him for years in another facility. From 2025 to 2036, 11 years without letting anyone find out. You did nutrients to keep your body alive. If I was in bed the whole time, my joints would have gotten stiff. Friction against the bed would have caused my skin to split open. Someone had watched over me the whole time to keep that from happening. Was it Mayuri? Not just Mayushi. Davistan and Lukashi. And Mahotan too. They were alive. Mayuri, Ferris, and Lukako. Even in this terrifying world, they were still alive and still looking after me. They had been for years. Daru, why did I wake up now? Memories had been digitized in 2011. They'd known those memories existed. They could have downloaded them into me a lot earlier, right? That's easy to explain. Until just a little while ago, we didn't know where they were. Actually, Stratford had been holding on to your and Kadisa's memory data the entire time. We just didn't know where it was. I found it 2 weeks ago. Want to guess where it was? It'll shock you. Where? Right next to us the whole time. It was at our college. No way. Tokyo Denki? It had a base in its basement. I thought there was much of anything left there now. I've had a base in the basement of Tokyo Denki. 2 weeks ago, you managed to salvage your memory data and download it onto your brain. For the next 10 days, I hadn't woken up. As they were about to give up, I'd finally awoken. For 25 years. 25 years. Out of my hands. They were so thin I could almost see the bone, the veins popping out of them. The face reflected in the glass was unhealthy and wrinkled. My hair was starting to turn white too. Woke up after 25 years. Just like Urashima Taro. I understand that it'll take you a while to process it. Of course, it was a shock. The most shocking thing was, these memories were once data. Huh? My memories since I was a kid. My memories of that summer. My memories with Kirisu. All of them had been transformed into zeros and ones. You still say that I was a person? Could you say that about fucking a time leap machine? Because that was more or less the same thing. It'd still be called human? It's the same as Marquis' time leap machine technology, right? Went through that a bunch of times, didn't you? Was right. Even if I knew it in my head, it still felt strange. Been cut off from 25 years of time. All been forgotten and left behind in the digital world. Like it had been stolen from me. I can't accept this. No, don't say that, Suzuha. You're lucky, Dad. You managed to deceive the whole world that way. I didn't have a choice. Deceived, huh? Been deceived too. Been told I was fated to die in 2025. Not even a debated world line that wouldn't change. But no matter how it had happened, I was alive right now. In the past, I'd been deceived by the future. It wasn't just me. Suzuha and everyone else. The whole world had been deceived. What? Was deceived? And there was a knock on the outside of the door. The visitor, it seemed. I got close to the door. Mimi. Yes? In the world's most ridiculous password, Suzuha unlocked the door. It opened and a young girl came in. Kagari? Kagari, I told you not to come here unless you had a reason. Kagari. Kagari was a young Kagari. Hey, Mommy and everyone else left and they haven't come back. I know, don't get so mad. Spoiling her again, Dad. You need to be strict at times like this. The way they interacted hadn't changed in 25 years. I ignored them and looked at Kagari. Seemed to notice me too.
こんにちは。
こんにちは。
おじさんは誰？
Why you, mister?
俺か
Me?
俺は
I'm...
そうだな。
I'm...
君の
I know.
友達だ。
I'm a friend of your mother's. Stay for a moment, but decided not to give her my name.
まゆりママの？
ああ、
Yeah, that's right.
そうだ。
へえ。
ママは優しい。
Your mommy nice?
ママのこと好
You like her?
きか。
大好き。
そうか。
I see. See the love she felt for her mother radiating from her face. Must have raised her with a lot of love too. Raised with everything Mayuri could give her. But after this, she was going to go to the past. Be all alone in the past, separated from her beloved Mayuri. They would catch her and use her as a test subject.
そういえば父さん。
Hey Dad, did you tell Big Sis Maya that Uncle was up?
おじさんが目覚めたこと。
あ、いかん。
Oh no, I forgot!
忘れてた
I need to do that!
早く教えてやらんと。
The guy would look like a small wireless radio.
こちら。
This is Barra Taita.
応
Come
答せ
in.
よ
This
こ
is
ちら
Barra
バレ
Taita.
ルタイター。
こちら、スターダストシェイクハンドです。どうぞ。
Voice I heard from the speaker was definitely Mayuri's. A lot calmer than what I was used to, but it was definitely Mayuri. It was Stardust's handshake.
ああ、かがりちゃん。誰おじさんのところにいるの？おじさんは大事なお仕事があるから、あんまり邪魔しちゃダメだよ。はーい。
そんなことより
Hey,
まゆ
Mayushi, I've got special news for you.
スペシャルなニュース？
ああ、
Yep,
心して
you
聞
ready
い
for
てくれ。
this?
オカリンが
Okarin's awake.
本当に？どうしたの？まゆし。
Yes.
おかりんが。もしかして岡部さん。本当？おかりん、起きたのにゃ。
The one voice I knew after another coming from the radio. Voices didn't seem to have changed all that much.
そういうわけで3人ともすぐに戻って
I
きた
want you
方がい
three
い
to come back right now. Oh my god, we're gonna see all of them grown up? This is gonna be weird.
まゆしどうしたまゆし
It's no good. She's crying too much to talk. There's no Nya.
まあ、無理
I
も
can
ない
see why.
オカリ
He
ン
wanted
が
Okarin back more than
望
anyone.
んでたのはまゆしなんだからさ。
Mayuri.
とにかく
Anyway, you should get back here as soon as possible.
わかった。食
Got it, we'll come back as soon as we get provisions. Everyone else was overjoyed, but I saw that Suzuha's expression was
ど
clouded.
うした鈴葉
What's wrong, Suzuha?
なんでまゆ姉さんたち
Why are you guys going out to get food?
食料調達
That
に
wasn't
出て
planned
る
for today.
そんなはずない。
There was, we got a message last night that it was today.
昨日の夜遅くに連絡が。まずい。それは罠だ。みんな、すぐに戻って。
The scream from the speaker cut her off.
どうした？何があった？襲撃です。敵襲が。
I'll be right back. I know this is getting interesting, but... Never mind. No skipping. How did I... There we go.
マイルちゃん、リリーさん、逃げて。ここは僕が。でも、そんなことしたらルカに会う。
Meow.
大丈夫ですから。ルカに会う。父さん。
They started running and Dadu followed after.
待ってくれ。誰？俺も行く。
Going to!
でもオカリン
Rokuni, in your condition.
行かせてくれ。
Go. Please.
頼む。
Hesitated for a moment, but then quickly nodded and offered me his shoulder. A little thinner than when he was young, his shoulder was still gigantic. My weight on it as we followed Suzuha. Finally got there, I saw several silhouettes. I'd been mentally preparing myself for a fierce battle, but the whole place was dead quiet. Several men dressed like soldiers lying on the ground nearby. One of them was Suzuha. Kneeling next to her were two women. And at their feet,
ルカ子
there at a glance. And lying there was Lukako.
おかりん、
The woman looked up at me.
おかりん、ルカニャンが、ルカニャンが。
Many affairs both seemed beaten down by the passage of time.
岡部さん。
His features had grown more gallant. His face was still soft and feminine. He looked at me with hazy eyes.
ルカ子
本当に岡部さん。
あルカ子俺だ。
その呼び方、本物の岡部さん。
He observed blood drip from Lukako's mouth. The outfit was stained with blood over his right breast. The blood dripped over onto the ground. And immediately the wound was fatal.
よかった。さっきの話は嘘じゃなかったんですね。
あお前たちのおかげでこうして目覚めることができた。ありがとう。
Lukako's hand reached up towards the sky as if he was looking for something. Maybe he couldn't even see me anymore. He grabbed his hand, it was very cold.
岡部、
どうした？
What is it?
僕、
あ
京馬さんに教えてもらった聖子ザマ流の心へのおかげで今までまゆりちゃんやみんなを守ってこられました。
あ
僕、仲間になれましたよね。皆さんの本当の仲間になれましたよね。
バカ。お前は最初からずっと俺たちの仲間だ。
Lukako reached out a cold hand and touched my cheek. It smiled a dazzling smile.
嬉しいな。
That was all he said. And then, the touch on my cheek disappeared.
ルカ子ルカ子
ルカ
Cold hand fell to the rubber-covered ground.
あ
And never moved again.
なんてことだ。
よかった。ルカ君はオカリンとずっと会いたがっていたから。最後に会えたのは本当によかった。
Glad? Was glad? For this? And these words made me realize how hellish the last 25 years I'd slept through must have been.
漆原ルカ、あなたはとても立派に戦いました。私たちはあなたに救われました。
こんなのあんまりだろ。うん
Okay.
まゆしは
I know it's all gonna be undone in Steins Gate, but goddamn.
泣き疲れて眠ったよ。
無理もないよな。まゆしはルカシとずっと仲良かったから。
ルカ兄さん。
Lukaku was dead. He died protecting Mayuri and Ferris. In my mind, his death overlapped with Mayuri's. Mayuri's hands got colder, and so did Lukaku's. Same no matter where I went. Mayuri, Lukaku, Kirisu. Everyone dies.
あの戦争をきっかけにたくさんの人間が死んだ。小学校の友達も中学高校の友達も大学の友達も親戚も先生も知り合いも大人も子供もそれから大切たくさんの本当にたくさんの人間が死んだんだ。
I knew this was coming. At least I thought I knew. I didn't reach Steins Gate. I stayed on the better world line. The wood will eventually burn. I'd heard it 1,000 times. That I knew what the future would be like. But in the end, it was just a story about the distant future. It didn't feel real at all. I could only imagine it. All I had were vague, unrealistic ideas. All the thousands of nightmares I'd experienced. I thought nothing could be worse than that. When I saw it with my own eyes, heard it with my own ears, and felt it with my own skin, I realized that everything I thought was wrong. Pirates' bodies, wild dogs devouring human corpses, dead soldiers, the smell of burning flesh, the smell of rotting organs, the warmth of Lukaku's blood in my hands, the warmth of Mayuri's blood, warmth of Kirisu's blood. Thought that if nothing else, I'd managed to save Mayuri. Let Kirisu die, turned my eyes away from reality, and told myself that at least I'd saved Mayuri and the others. But in the end, I hadn't saved anyone. Even if I had, I'd only saved myself. I was the only person I'd managed to save. No one else. Not Kirisu. Not Mayuri. Not Kagari. Not Lukaku. I hadn't saved anyone.
クリスをアマデウスの呪縛から解放してやってくれ。伝言2025年のオカリンから。
俺の伝言。
シュタインズゲート世界線への道は険しい。一度や二度やり直したところでたどり着ける道ではないだろう。けれどまずはそこから始めることがシュタインズゲートへとつながるんじゃないか。いくつもの未来の先が過去へとつながっているんじゃないか。
I think that many futures are connected to the past. Playing off of my theory that all the futures play a role in unlocking Steins Gate.
11年前、オカリンはそう言ってた。
クリスを解放。
だからさ、僕たちがいるこの世界も無駄じゃない。きっと必要な世界なんだ。少なくとも今の僕はそう思ってる。もちろんだからってこのままでいいってわけじゃない。
Let's save right here real quick.
だからさ、オカリン、もう一度戻って考えてみてもいいんじゃね？オカリンの記憶の途切れたその時間にさ。
2011年にか。でもそんなこと。
See my aged body in the glass.
第一、この姿のまま戻ったところで俺に何ができる？
できるわ。
A voice I recognized from the radio.
久しぶりね、岡部さん。11年ぶりかしら。
ひよ嬢さんか。
部屋の奥を見なさい。
As if he'd known what she was going to say. Dado had moved to a spot in the back of the room where the lights didn't reach. Suddenly it got brighter and I saw.
電話レンチかっこかり。
あなたや橋田さんから話を聞いて私が作ったものよ。
A VR headset too.
ちゃんと VR ヘッドも用意してあるでしょ。
こんなこともあろうかとリフターも用意してある。
Then I went on to explain that for the last 11 years, he'd maintained an environment where I could receive the time leap and in a coma. That made sense. If I was in a coma, as long as they put the receiver up to my head, it'd still function. Many and the others had taken care of my body since 2025. Dado and Maho had known they would come 11 years ago. Maybe I told them so back in 2025.
跳躍可能時間は336時間。一度の跳躍で1週間は遡ることが可能よ。
336時間。2週間か。
ただしそれも途中まで。マシンを改良してそれが可能になったのは10年ほど前だから、それ以前は前と変わらず48時間しか跳躍できない。
In other words, if I wanted to go back to the end of January 2011, I'd need about 3,000 time leaps.
とてつもなく辛い旅になるわ。それでも戻る気があるのなら。
Almost 3,000 time leaps. Was I really capable of something like that anymore?
しんどくなったら途中で休めばいい。
You're tired, you can rest partway.
タル。
大丈夫よ。どの時間にたどり着いても必ず私たちがいるから。
ひや嬢さん。
私ね、後悔しているの。アマデウスのせいで。あの子は死んでもなお多くのよこしまな人々に利用されようとしていた。何年も何十年も。だから私からもお願い。あの子、クリスを醜い欲望の渦から解放してあげて。クリスを救ってあげて。それができるのは岡部さん、あなた。
I don't know if I could do it anymore. No guarantee that the path I was about to travel would ever lead to Steins Gate. But even so, 15, 16 rings?
もう一度考えるか。
What could I do? What should I do?
二人とも頼む。
オキドキ。
Since the words were out of his mouth, he started getting ready.
岡部さん、もしも次にクリスに会えたら言ってやって。未来の私はあなたの7倍もの時間跳躍を可能にしたわよって。
わかった。
Never saw Kurisu.
オカリン、こっちの準備は OK だ。
早いな。
メンテは怠ってないからね。
さすがだな。
まあな。
One waving the VR headset. Looked a little different than what I'd seen in the old lab, but they were still our future gadgets.
でもマユ姉さんたちとは話さなくていいの？
今飛ばないと決心が鈍りそうだ。それに今会えなくても いくらだって会えるさ。過去の世界で。
そうだな。
But he smiled as I took the VR headset out of his hand and put it on my head.
それじゃあ、また、2週間前で、な。
ああ、2週間前で。
しっかりね。
Then, went back into the past once more. A long, long time. The journey was unimaginably long. The phone I was holding in my hand. The date read January 31st, 2011. No doubt about it. I was back. Finally made it back. Gone back through so many years. Done thousands of time leaps. Gone through the war. Almost died. Thought of giving up a bunch of times. Each time I'd remember it all. That ruined ward. Piles of corpses. Screams. Shouting. Dripping blood. Dada and Maho. How they'd sent me off. A long, long, unimaginably long time. I'd finally made it back to this.
おかり、何か良くない知らせでもあったの？電話に出てからなんだかぼーっとしてるから。
いや、そうじゃない。そういうわけじゃないんだ。
I don't quite understand. They said they've kept it long maintained, so does that mean each time he time leaped, he woke up in his bed and had to go there? Trying to figure that out. Way back when the modifications machine about 8 years ago. The receiver, yeah, so the phone. Oh, I see. Ah, this makes sense now. Yeah, so the phone was next to me, and I woke up every single time to go to the time leap machine. Maybe was here.
もしかしてまだお正月の気分が。
I still thinking about New Year's, Miyabi? But how did I get the time leap? Okay, whatever. Ferris was here.
しっかりしてくれよな。
Get a hold of yourself, man. And Daru. And Lukako. And Suzuha. And
うん？
Maho and Kagedi were here too.
もしかしてこの前の疲れが。
Are you feeling tired after what we did earlier?
この前。
Earlier?
ほら、
You know,
この前
when we took the samples of your memories for Amadeus.
を取ったでしょ？
Right. Daru had mentioned that. He said it was at the end of January.
いや、
No, that's it.
そうじゃないんだ。
Just,
ちょっと
you know.
な。
I gave up soda. I hate you. Alright, let's do a quick recap of what just happened. In Kagedi's ending, she ended up. Mayuri was going to do what she did in the other timeline, while she and Suzuha were going to go back in time to stop Okabe. But Kagedi found them, and instead of Mayuri going, Kagedi pulled her out and decided to go instead. Which is why we have the CGs of Oh wait, I can't get the... Oh, God damn it. Why we got the CGs of them going back. A heartfelt reunion, and she pushed Mayuri out, and she decided to go back in time with Suzuha. And that was where that ending happened. It was a really heartfelt ending. I still felt a bit iffy about it because of because you know what I know of the other timelines. But this one is where things really started getting fucked up. Because after we sent the message earlier, we woke up from a coma for 25 years. Also, did the CGs not show up if... No, the CGs did show up, okay. Yeah, so after this happened, we got to meet Daru and Suzuha, and we found out that we tricked the ward in 2025 and thought we were dead, but apparently we were just in a really bad coma-induced state. A lot of shit happened. You missed me crying over Lukako's death. That sucked. Also, yeah, I'm explaining this to my brother who just got back. But now we did 3,000 time leaps to the past. And that's why she said that we sampled Amadeus's... We got a memory sampled from Amadeus. That's the too long didn't read version. It's only been an hour. She said, Okarin. I can't remember what happened since you came to this time. Why'd you say Okarin then? What do you ask? Listen, I just wanted to make sure. What? You're being weird, Okarin. That come from the future, I knew. In this world line, Karisa's memories no longer existed inside Kagari's head. It doesn't really bother me anymore, though. I mean, Mommy's here, and Luca's here, and Big Sis Rumi is here too. There's lots of food too, so maybe I don't need to force myself to remember. Okay, so she has memories of her younger self, not... Okay. So basically what we were before, just without Karisa's memories interfering. Maybe that was fine for now. The future was going to be filled with sorrow. For Mayuri, for Ferris, for Lukako, for Daru, Suzuha, Kagari, for Maho. Did I really make the right choice when I decided to let Kurisu die? Everyone had left and I was alone. All the exhaustion came crashing down on me. I time leaped 3,000 times. I thought I'd be able to work things out in my head along the way, but I'd been so desperate to return to the past that I hadn't had time. My mind was worn down after all the time leaps. I thought I made my decision, but I'd found myself wavering again and again. I only managed to do it by telling myself that I had to get back before I could make any decisions. Now my head just felt so tired. What should I do now? What should I do? Now I didn't want to think about anything. I felt too awake to even sleep. Everyone gone, the temperature in the lab quickly dropped. It was freezing. It was nothing compared to the cold I'd felt before. That ward I'd seen right after I erased Kurisa's memories from Kagari. Kurisu was there. Mayuri was there. Everyone was there. It was a scene from the very brief peace I had during the summer. That ward had been so cold. Now I knew why. That was the ward that I experienced when I was asleep, existing only as data. A world built only of zeros and ones. Like being alive even when you're dead. Being forced to stay alive even though you were dead. People I loved were there, but there was no warmth. I could reach out and touch them, but there wasn't even a little bit of warmth. Like floating in deep dark space, without any light at all. And Kurisa Makase was now experiencing that too. He was all alone in a cold world, without the slightest trace of warmth. I raised my hand up under the fluorescent light. See the veins rising up out of it, the red blood flowing in them. I was alive. There was warmth. Could I really say that I was alive? Now that my memories have been digitized, being exposed to that cold ward, would I still really be called human? I heard a knock at the door and turned my eyes towards it. I was standing there. Yajo, I thought you went home. I forgot something. Got something? Anyway, what are you doing here all by yourself? Maho showed no signs of looking for whatever she had lost, so she came right up and sat down in front of me. You've had that pensive look on your face for a long time now. Something bothering you? Maybe she'd been worried enough to come back and check on me? I can't take Kirisa's place, but I can still talk to you if you want. There was no need to worry about whether I could tell her or not. Needed her to make the time loop machine. For that, she needed to hear everything. Not exactly easy to believe. But will you listen to me anyway? Jeez, what's your problem? Was the first thing she said after I finished. Like last time, it wasn't something that was easy for her to believe. Maho must have sensed something in the way I spoke because she listened until I finished. Interrupted me whenever there was something she didn't understand. She was especially interested in the time machine and the time leaps. I told her everything I knew about them. Will you believe me? I don't have a choice after seeing the look on your face. And after seeing this, too. This answers something I'd always wondered about. Kirisa died only a short while after coming to Akihabara. Could you really have gotten to know her in that short span of time? Especially knowing how she is, right? That something must have gone on for her to get so close to a boy that fast. That was it, she whispered to herself. And? So what's on your mind? Away from her. Am I... Me? What do you mean? You heard what I said, right? My memories were turned into data and stored on a hard drive. We call them artificial memories, if you wanted. You really say that I'm me anymore? Can you really say that I'm alive? There was blood running through my body. What was in my head had been changed into twos and ones. Didn't that make me no different than Mom days? What's bothering you? That's stupid. Bakabakashi. Maho just laughed at my worries. Have you ever heard of a philosophical zombie? A thought experiment proposed by philosopher David Chalmers to explain qualia. Qualia are individual sensory experiences like red, a good smell, or sweet. A philosophical zombie is someone whose external experience, internal structure, and words and actions mirror humans, but who lacks these qualia. In this case, we would be unable to distinguish between philosophical zombies and ordinary humans. It's a thought experiment, right? Something that looks and behaves just like a human, but lacks consciousness and emotions, and whether or not you could objectively distinguish it from a human. I hesitated a little as I answered her sudden question. Well, that's basically right. She nodded satisfied like a teacher would do. Now let's say that right here there was an AI that looked just like a human. Like a human, and acts just like one too. When someone's in trouble, it reaches out to help them, and when it's sad, it cries. Maybe those are just pre-programmed processes, but humans are no different. Everyone thinks and reacts in accordance with their own individual processes. Just happen to call these processes things like consciousness and feelings. But I understood what Maho was trying to say.
つまり
In other words,
AI にだって
AIs have feelings too?
少なくと
At
も
least we scientists are doing our best to create
そういう
them.
ものを作り出すために日々研究を重ねている
Puffed out the chest with pride.
じゃあ岡部さん
So, Okabe, do you think you're not an AI with emotions?
AI は人ではないと思う
It looked just like a person and thought just like them and had feelings too. They were a person.
いや
No.
でしょ
Right?
そもそも
It's memories that make someone who they are,
個人に
anyway.
占めているのは記憶よその人が
Memories are everything people have experienced since they were
感
born.
じたものその集合体が人間なのだから岡
So
部
Ventara Kabe, even if your memories were once data, you've got your body and your memories. You're human. You're Ventara Okabe.
岡部倫太郎よ
Don't worry about
心
it.
配いらない
比谷城さん
大体
And anyway,
クリスの
doesn't Kadis's time loop machine digitize data to send it back in time?
記憶を一度でだったら
So is there any need to worry about this now?
無駄だと思わない
That was what Dada had told me in the future too. But strangely, when she said it, it made me feel better.
こういう時
Maybe Kadisu would have been able to come up with a better way to put it.
そんなことを言えたかもしれないけど
いや
No. That's not
そんなこ
true.
とないよ
This was more than enough. I had given her opinion, as a brain scientist, that I was still me. There was a strength in her words, just like there had been in Kadisa's when she'd driven me forward. I remember what Maho had said before.
あなたは天才で
You're a genius,
所詮
and in the end,
サリエリ
I'm just Salieri. He'd been speaking to the memories of Kadisu inside Kagari, but
比谷城さん
Miojo,
君は
you're not
サリエリなんかじゃない
Salieri.
立派なアマデ
You're Amadeus. That's right. I'm here, right now. I'm alive and here in this time. Not in that cold sea of black data. I'm here in this time. A light came on in the darkness. My cold heart began to warm. But... Isu. She was still trapped inside that ward. Inside that still, lifeless ward that froze you to the depths of your soul. Even after her death, her memories were still alive. There were all kinds of conspiracies forming around her living memories. After she lost her body, Kurisu's pain continued. No, it wasn't just Kurisu. Hagari and Suzuha. And in the future, Mayuri, Ferris, Lukako, and Daru too. Everyone was suffering. Everyone was miserable. Still, they tried to move forward. All I had cared about was whether Mayuri survived. But that even if the Third World War came, no matter what happened to the world, as long as Mayuri was happy, that was all that mattered. I tried to think that. Thought that no matter how much blood and tears awaited us in the future, as long as things were fine now, that was all that mattered. I thought I'd understood. I thought I'd understood how awful the future that Suzuha described was, and how hard Daru and Suzuha would have to fight. I thought I understood all that. Suzuha firing a gun and staining her hands with blood like it was nothing at all. Mayuri and Ferris pale and colorless. Lukako lying on the ground and never getting up again. Kagani and the others whose lives were ruined by fate. I'd seen them with my own eyes and touched them with my own hands, and then I finally understood. I'd been only pretending to know so I could run away. I told myself that I was going to die in 2025. Looked the other way. 2025. I wasn't dead. Everyone just thought so. Everyone had been deceived. That's right, deceived. Me in the past, everyone else in the future. The world was deceived. But the future was settled, but a different future awaited me. The path to Steins Gate is a hard one. Trying again once or twice probably won't get you there. I think stalling there is the best way to get to it. That's what you said 11 years ago. So this world we're in isn't wasted. It's a world that we need. At least, that's what I think. I had no way of knowing what would make me say that 14 years from now. All I knew was that 14 years from now, I would know this day was coming. So maybe I should do what I said. That future in 2036 was necessary. Then maybe a world where Kadisi was released from an electronic prison was necessary too. No matter how hard the path would be, I had to take the first step. And what I needed right now was that first step.
ヒアジョーさん、
何？
アメリカに帰る
Can you help me a little more before you go back to America?
付き合ってもらえるか。
そうね。
Okay, but on two conditions.
2つあるわ。
条件
Conditions?
一つは
First,
この
you let me look at that time machine.
もう一
And
つ。
second,
あなたのこと。
you're going to let me call you Okarin.
って呼ばせてもら
You
う。
call me Maho.
あなたは私を真帆って呼びなさい。
お
悪くない条
I don't
件
think that's too much, do you? With an innocent smile on her face like the likes of which I've never seen before.
わかった。魔法。
よろしく、オカリンさん。
She put her small hand against mine if I felt a solid warmth.
どうしたんだにゃ、オカリン。一度
Listen, Okarin, why didn't you call me back after I already left, Nya?
そうだよ。
Right. I didn't live that close to here. I don't live that close to here. If you wanted to talk about something, you should have said so before I left. I called all the lab members back after they left to go home and they weren't happy.
お話って
What did you want to talk about, Okarin?
LINE や電話じゃ
Something you couldn't tell us on the line or the phone?
ああ、
Yeah. But first,
その前に、
Suzuha,
鈴葉、
何？
一つ聞きたい
I。have a question.
お前は俺
What do you think about me?
どう思っ
どうと
What
は？
do you mean?
ちょ、
Wait,
オカリン、
Okarin,
まさか
you can't!
いくらオカリン
Even for you, Okarin, I'm not giving you Suzuha! Daddy won't allow it! Never!
ダメ、絶対。
I ignored Daru, who seemed to have gotten the wrong idea completely, and turned back towards Suzuha.
お前はこの半年、
Been watching me since last
俺のこ
summer.
とを見ていた。
What have you been thinking about me?
その
I want your honest opinion.
心の中ではどう思っていた。
言っていいのか？
Yeah, sure?
ああ、
Yeah.
正直言う
Be honest,
腹が立
you've
って
been
しょうが
pissing
な
me
かった
off. Yep, that was honest. I chuckled.
私や父さんや
Not just me.
まゆ姉さん
Dad
だけじゃ
and
ない
Big Sis Mayu.
ルミ姉さんも
Big Sis Fumi.
ルカ兄さんも
Brother
かがり
Luca. Kagari.
未来の世界
In
で
the future, everyone suffers.
みんな辛い
They
思
don't
いを
even
して
know
る
if they're going to be alive tomorrow.
明日は生き
They
て
might
いる
die
かどうか
horribly
わ
like
から
my
ない
mom did.
母さんみたいに無残に殺されてしまうかもしれないそんな世界で
And they're trying their best to
必死になっ
survive
て生きてるん
anyway.
だそれなのに
All you do is whine and act like you're the only person in the world with
自分ばかり
problems.
が辛いようなことを言って
When she started talking, she didn't stop. This must have been building up for a long time.
もちろん
Of course,
オカリンお
I
じ
know
さん
you've
が
been
辛
through
い
a
経
lot.
験をしてきたことは知
I
って
know
る
you suffered again and
何
again
度も何度も苦
until
しい目に
finally
遭
you
って
couldn't go on.
それで立ち上がれなくなったことだって知ってるそれでも
But you're all we have,
私
Uncle
たちにはオ
Okarin.
カリンおじさんしか頼れる人がいないんだ
Looked down, clenched her fists, and grit her teeth.
私や父さ
I
んの
could take
代
your
わりに
place.
務まるのなら
I'd do anything,
どんなこと
no
で
matter
も
what
や
I
る
had to go through, no matter how much it
どんな
hurt.
辛い思い
I'd
を
do
し
it.
ようがどんな苦しみが待ち構えていようがそれでもなん
鈴葉、
だけど
But there's nothing we can do.
私たちじゃどうしようもできないか
You're the
ら
only one who can do anything.
オカリンおじさんじゃなければどうにもできないから
Suddenly I looked up and I could see on her face all the complicated feelings she's been holding back.
それなのにおじさ
All
ん
you
たち
do
か
is
ら
talk about how it's
無理だと
impossible.
かできないと
You
か
can't do it.
勘弁してく
You
れと
don't
か
want to.
そんな
You
弱
just
音ばかり
whine,
で
and you won't
話
even
を聞い
listen
て
to
くれ
me.
ようとさえしない父さんの手前
I
だ
haven't
か
said
ら言わ
anything
なかっ
because
た
Dad was around, but you've
私は
always
そんな
pissed me
ことない
off.
のにずっと腹が立ってた本当に
A lot of the
ぶん殴
time.
ってやり
I
たい
just
くらい
wanted
だ
to
った
punch you. Probably felt good to get that off her chest.
鈴葉、
Uzuha,
何も
you don't need to go that far.
そうだにゃ
That's right.
オカリンだって
Akarin understands,
にゃ
yeah? I did understand, yeah. I understood that something had to be done.
だったら、そうしてもら
Then
おう
why
か。
not do it?
そうする
Do what?
とは
殴りたかった。
You wanted to hit me, right?
だって
Then hit me!
殴ってみればいい。
でも
遠慮はいらない。
No need to hold back.
すずさん、やめて。オカリンは。
いいんだ。
It's fine, my Yuri. This was my way of settling things with Suzuha, with the future, and with myself.
オカリンさん。
もしかして
Is that your fetish?
平気
Then I guess I won't stop you. But
本当にいいんだ。
you're really sure? Suzuha took a step towards me.
あ
Yeah, I was ready.
じゃあ、
Alright,
本気で。
this is gonna hurt.
あ
Huh?
あ
No, wait.
待て
You can go easy.
少しはて
せい。
ハグボ
Hug a block! You hit me hard enough to knock me across the room.
悪かった。
Oh, sorry.
少し
Guess
力
I put a little too much force into it.
今すごい音したわよ。
I just heard a really loud crunch.
大丈夫、オカリン。
Everyone ran over and looked down at me. Yeah, that hit a lot. Probably did more damage to my brain than reading Steiner at the time leaps. But laugh for me. Laugh for me.
岡部さん。
It woke me up. Wake up. Wake up. Now I just had to do what I could.
オカリン
もしかして、京馬？オカリン。
違うぞ
No, my Yuri.
法院京馬だ
I'm Ho and Kiyoma.
京
そうだ
Yes!
我が
My name is Ho and Kiyoma!
京馬ラボメンナンバー
Lab member number 001, the founder of this lab, the man who longs for chaos, the mad scientist who will upend the ruling hierarchy of the world,
京馬だ
Ho and Kiyoma!
ルカコ白衣を持って
Bring me my white lab coat.
京馬さん。京馬が復活したにゃー。父さん、
Dad,
これは。
what is this?
やったなすず
You did it, Suzuha! Okarin's finally ready to fight.
京馬さん、どうぞ。
うむ
Indeed. Yep, am I gonna see the CG again? With my lab coat on for the first time in a very long time. I've been sitting on the shelf in the back for so long that it smelled a little moldy.
そう
That's right.
これだ
This is it.
これこ
This is my holy silver armor. At this moment, Hoen Kiyoma has awakened. He has revived from his long slumber.
長い眠りから蘇ったのだへえ
No. Kagari and Maho were seeing Kiyoma Hoen for the first time, and they were shocked into silence.
なんなの？
What just happened?
ショックでおか
Did
しか
that
った。
punch drive him crazy?
思い出
I
した。
remember now.
ほーいん京馬。ママが
Mama used to talk about him all the time.
いつかきっと
But that someday,
ほーいん京馬
Hoen Kiyoma would come back to life
私たち
and bring
の
light
未
to
来
our
を
future.
照らしてくれるっていやちょっとつい
I'm
て
having a really hard time keeping up with all of this.
おいそこのロリッコ
You, the lolly!
お前だ
You! I'm talking to you!
ちょもしか
But
して
you're not talking to me, are
言っ
you?
てるんじゃないでしょうね。
この場にロリッ
You're the only lolly here, aren't you?
誰がロリッ
Who are you calling a lolly?
貴様には
I give you the honor of being lab member 009. You shall be my servant and participate in our operations.
オペレーションに参加するがいい
なんで私
I'd have to be your servant. And what the hell is a lab member?
名前の通り
Just like the name suggests, it means you're an official member of this lab. You must feel very honored. Honored?
それから
Next, Kagari Shina.
貴様も
You're lab member 10. Got it? Hey, Kiyomi, we don't get to be lab members now? As and Lukiko seemed upset. When you think of it, I'd made them lab members in the Alpha World line, not this one. I never told you. But of course, you are already lab members. Lukiko is number 6. Varus is number 7. And Suzuha is number 8. Got it? Suzuha seems upset about that. I don't quite understand, but Roger. Wait, Ocarine. Who's 4 and 5? Those two numbers are observed. For Kurisu and Moeka. To be honest, I don't like the idea of leaving Moeka as an official lab member. But in order to reach a future where that could be true, I will have to face the past right now. That was my decision. Now that everyone's here, I have something to declare. As of today, January 31st, 2011, we will begin a new operation. Our goal is to annihilate the coming future, to overturn the future of the world itself. That is our goal. Got it? Ina! Is that an ending? Is that an ending? It's me. We will now execute a new operation. My future self told me that Steins Gate waits beyond several futures. Even if the future that awaits us is a path of thorns, it will not be useless. I know. It will take an incredible amount of time to reach the door we seek. Many different organizations may rise up to stop us. But I'll start over as many times as it takes. Pray for my success. El Sai Kongu. What was that? Sorry, I have to hear that again. Oh, it's not gonna let me, is it? Kongaloo. So I finished my phone call, I realized that everyone was staring at me. Please don't look at me that way. I'm embarrassed too. What did I just see? This is... I know! It's like a ceremony! A ceremony. Right. Yes, this was a ceremony. A ceremony to stop my fears from getting the best of me again. Wait, Ocarine. Don't tell me you did that around Kurisu. I'm not Okabe! I'm Kiyoma! Are you messing with me? Hold on, don't give him too much of a hard time. He's still trying to figure things out. Wow, so this is Kiyoma Hoenn, huh? That's right. He's the mad scientist of madness. And the reincarnation of the ancient alchemist, yeah. In fiction and conspiracy theories, a technology that allows for any kind of material, even the human body and soul, to be changed into any other. However, the principle of equivalent exchange must be observed. Real alchemists existed in medieval Europe, where they tried to use chemical methods to create precious metals. The techniques they developed would become the foundation of modern chemistry. He's also the master of the Seishin Zanma school. Sorry, Dad. I am having trouble keeping up with this. Please don't stare at me like that. It's breaking my heart. So, what exactly is the plan? First, let me make something clear. Our final goal is the future where the Third World War never occurs. Just like I told myself a second ago, I didn't expect to get to the world line we wanted, Steins Gate world line immediately. It's like I had to build up to the Beta world line little by little. I'd have to go through many pasts and many futures. And to do that, I first had to write this world's line's future. This world had lost Kurisu, and the price for that was dire indeed. But I wouldn't let the future that awaited us be so full of suffering and pain. I wouldn't let it happen. Everything had to begin with that. Even if the future before us would end up never having happened at all. That was my responsibility, since I had chosen this world. I told you all that I've been through several world line changes since coming to the Beta world line, right? First, we need to remove the cause of those changes. What is it, Nya? Kurisu marks his laptop and hard drive, and the memories that are stored in Amadeus. The time machine paper contained on the hard drive and all of the memories relating to it, all of those world line changes, it was safe to assume that they'd been caused by the Stratfor and others fighting over them. Thus, the final goal of our operation, to destroy Kurisu's laptop and hard drive, and delete her memory data. You can't delete Kurisu's memory data? You can't! Are you serious? Yeah. Those memories are all we have left of her. All we have to prove that she was ever here. I don't want to delete them. I knew how she felt. Until a few days ago, I would have agreed. And then you're okay with them being misused? That's not... On my way to this world line, I saw her memories start wars, again and again. And many people have been caught up in that. Kagedi was just one of them. What happened to Kagedi in the past several years, that probably hadn't changed in this world line, which meant that that was just another tragedy caused by the Pandora's box that was Kurisu's memories. And I've experienced that world of data too. I've experienced its cold. That's right, I knew. I knew how cold that world was. It was a world inside a tiny box with no past, present, or future. You want to leave Kurisu in that cold, dark world forever? We've got proof that she existed right here. From my finger to my head. We've got what we remembered, and we've got the chance to build a peaceful world where a third world war never happens. Isn't that all the proof we need? That she was alive? Maho fell silent as the whole group turned towards her. That's really cheesy. If Kurisu heard that, she'd laugh at you. I'm sure. Or maybe it's a cheesy cliche because it's true. Maho's dark frown became a smile. I'll do what you want me to. Thank you. Daru, you've got Kurisu's laptop and hard drive, right? Yup, I got it from Mahotan and hid it somewhere it won't be found easily. As soon as we're done with Amadeus, destroy them. You're sure? He looked back at Maho and this time she nodded. Yeah, but let me do it.
Okay.
The problem now was Amadeus. Maho, you still have access to Amadeus' server. Yeah, I should. Ashita, can I borrow your computer? Oh, sure, just a second. Daru motioned for her to stop with one hand and started typing something into the keyboard. What are you doing, Daru-nyan? There's some tricks to make sure our IP isn't tracked. Okay, go ahead. Maho took over from Daru at the computer. Uh-oh. What do you mean? You mean you got the wrong password? I want to make that mistake. You know how many times I've entered that password? Maho tried the password a few more times, but she still couldn't access the server. Looks like my access has been revoked.
されちゃってるみたい。どういうことなの
What's
か。
going on with this?
ちょっと
I'll call the
教授に電話
professor.
してみる。
Mahou took out her phone and called Dr. Leskinen. Put her phone next to her ear for a moment, then frowned and put it down.
ダメ。
No good.
繋がらない。
He's not picking up. Tried calling Dr. Reyes too, but that didn't work either.
もう
Jeez, what is going on with this thing?
やはり
Guess it wouldn't be that easy, huh?
にはいかないか。
Mahou's access rights had been taken away. That must have meant someone was about to do something.
別のアプローチ
Let's try another approach.
ビクトルコンドリ
Can you hack the Victor Condria University service?
オッケー
Okay, just give me a second.
簡単に言ってるけど。
Making it sound easy. A lab security is pretty tight.
厳しいわよ。
大丈夫だ。
Don't worry. Daru's a super hacker.
スーパー
それを言う
You mean a hacker, man?
ハッカーな
He had broken Sun's security in just 20 hours. I had absolute faith in him. Daru and Mahu were staring at the screen and discussing something. He was probably asking her for details to make his hacking more efficient. I needed to do what I could while I waited. Went back into the development room and opened up a box that had just arrived that day. Wendy looked over my shoulder into the box.
電子レンジちゃんだ。
唐揚げは
I'm not using it to heat up your fried chicken, okay?
残念。みん
I
な
was going to make some juicy chicken number one for everybody if they were hungry.
振る舞ってあげようと思ったのに。
First, I needed to reconstruct the phone wave. For that, I'd have Maho help me make the time leap machine. On my way back from the future, I'd memorized every bit of how it worked, so it didn't take very long.
橋田さん。あなたすごいわ。
About 30 minutes later, when I heard Maho's odd voice.
やったのか。
Did you get it?
僕にか
For a top quality hacker like me, this is nothing.
スーパーハッカー
The name Super Hacker isn't just for show, huh?
じゃあ早速
Alright, see if you can find Amadeus' data.
待って。
Hold
今
on,
開いて。
I'm opening it now. Walden looked at the screen as I listened to the mouse click.
ない。
It's gone.
アマデウスも。
Amadeus.
クリスの
This is memories. All the photos that should be there are gone.
すでに持ち
Someone took it
と
already.
いうことか。待てよ。
Wait. Unlocked my phone and caught up the home screen. I still have the Amadeus. Amadeus' icon was still there.
なあ、このアプリからアマデウスにアク
Hey,
セ
do you
ス
think you can access Amadeus from this app? I looked over at my phone. I have a feeling I should save. I don't know if it's going to cause any difference, but better safe than sorry, right?
どうかしら。
I don't know.
アマデウス
Amadeus' data has gone from the server. I don't think it would work.
無理なんじゃ。試してみて。
Give it a try.
どうしたの？
What's wrong?
いざ繋がった
I was just thinking about what I'd do if it's connected.
慎
I
重
need to be careful.
そうね。
That's right.
誰かに
Someone
見られ
might
て
be
るかもし
watching
れ
you.
ない。
ん
どうしたダル
What is it, Daru?
ここ
Look, there's a photo with a little lock on it.
どれ？
Which one? Mahal leaned forward and stared at the monitor.
変ね。
That's strange.
こんなフォルダ
That didn't used to be
今ま
there.
でなかったわ。
Pretty heavily secured. Way more than the rest of the system.
火にならんくらい
アマデウスは
Is that where Amadeus was
された
moved?
のかしら。でも一体
But who would do that? Only Dr. Leskinen has that level of
レ
authority.
スキネン教授ぐらいよ。
レスキネン教授
Maybe Dr. Leskinen's up to something and we don't know it.
あるいは
Maybe something happened to him.
教授の身に何かあったか
If the possibility was appealing.
ダル
Daru,
そのフォルダは
we'll leave that photo alone for now.
次は
Next, I want you to hack Stratfor's servers. Stratfor? Why?
おそらく
They're probably involved in all this. You've done it once before. Can you do it again? Wait, how did you know that? Are you psychic?
俺を誰だと思って
I was about to say, Esper, what do you think I am? The mad scientist of madness knows all. Give me a sec, he said, as he typed something else into the computer. That first service. Got it. Yeah, he'd done it once before. This time he got through a lot faster than it took him to break into the university. Just want me to find data on that Amadeus system. Hold on! Maho leaned her tiny body forward again and took the mouse from Dado. She clicked on an icon. Screen filled with some kind of text. This is a report. She opened several more files, but since they were written in English, she couldn't read them. What is this? Since they were written in English, she couldn't read them? I thought she studied in America! What are these reports about? Experiments. Rafa was experimenting on humans. Wait. We couldn't read them. Okay, I didn't. I can read. I couldn't read them. Even though they're in English. Experimenting on humans. It's like Stratford was working on human memory transplantation. They did a lot of experiments trying to transfer memories from one person to another. Memory transplant experiments. That was... They started with animals, that by the end they were using live humans. They used people with no relatives as subjects. Kids, adults, people from different ethnic backgrounds. Look down at the report again. What is it? Is there something else? Like they're about to start a new memory transplant experiment. Safe to assume the experiments had something to do with the time machine. They're trying to force open the black box of Kadisu's memories in order to gain information about the time machine. Even if they couldn't get the password for the laptop from Amadeus, they could access the memories directly, give them everything they needed. Just like what had been done to Kagari in the last world line, on a more advanced level. The priority now is finding Kadisu's memory data. Daru, think it's there? Take the mouse back from Maho inside. Nope. No luck. I'm not seeing anything. What was going on? Hadn't Stratford stolen the Amadeus data from Victor Condria? The university server is the most suspicious. The one with the locked folder. Meant that they were working without stealing the data? Did they hack it like we did, or... What's the plan? We'll believe Maho. Daru, can you get us in? I can, but it's gonna be a pain. How long is it going to take? Couldn't tell you. Might take more than 12 hours. Daru said so. It must have been really heavily protected. If they catch me hacking halfway through, it's all over. We needed to hack in to get rid of Kadisu's memory data. And until Daru finished, we needed to keep Stratford distracted. Problem was how? What happens to my location data when I'm talking to Amadeus? It all gets recorded. Of course, the people who've got Amadeus' program can see it. I thought so. Question is, do I contact her or not? First, I need to see if the app even worked anymore. If it did, I had an idea. Maho. Can I ask you something crazy? What are we doing? A whole day had passed since the operation began. Daru still hadn't managed to break the lock on that folder. Thankfully, they hadn't detected him yet, but that didn't mean we were safe. While Daru did his work, I finished my own and then handed the rest off to Maho. My actions might have changed the future already, but we still had to do our jobs. Because I had her arms crossed, expression stern, she had been that way for a while. At a glance, she looked calm, but I could see her tapping her arm with her index finger. Uncle, is there nothing I can do? We were finally ready to stop the Third World War. It had to bother her that there was nothing she could do. It had to be stopped as soon as possible, but all she could do now was wait. She was frustrated and on edge. That was true of everyone else. Wait a while longer. Daru and Maho are doing their best. Once Maho completed what I had asked for, it would be something we could do too.
Gonna go get us something sweet to eat, nya. Sweets are great when you're tired, nya.
Ah, then I'll go too. Just as the two of them stood up, the development room curtain opened. Her flinched a little as everyone stared at her, but she quickly smiled. She thought better of it and tried to look more serious. Jeez. You didn't have to ask me to do all this at once, did you? Sorry. So, is it done? I did what you told me to, I guess. The microwave in the back was connected to a different headset than the one I'd seen last year. The same one she'd used to take my memories. Why she'd been able to finish it in such a short time. Time leap machine. It was done then. Now even if I had to time leap from the future, I could go back to 48 hours from now. And this too. They offered me a pair of smartphones. These gadgets would be our secret weapons in the upcoming battle. I had Maho make them too. He used a simple AI to create a pseudo-response algorithm that would deceive our opponents. Wow. I can't believe you managed to make an AI in such a short time. You were the one who told me to do it. Her face looked exhausted. I had the voice software I used for Amadeus, so I was able to build it quicker. This isn't anything as complicated as an AI. You really think you can fool her with this? It's Kurisu we're talking about here. You just have to deceive her for a short time. All we need to do is keep their eyes off of Daru's hacking. The goal was just to keep Stratford confused. We didn't need to hold a long conversation. We'd just hook it up for a short time and end the call shortly afterwards. Time to get started. But first... hit the send button on the message I'd already typed to Morika Kiryu. Just do it like we discussed. Once it was done, I turned towards the group. I will now explain the operation. This is how my Yori fares Lukako. I offered them the phones that I'd just been given by Maho. Going to have you pair off. And I want you to take these phones and move around the city. It would be best to have the pairs as far apart as possible. One can take the Chuo line, and the other can take the Yamanote line. Stay in touch and use the app on the phones called Amadeus. While Daru was doing his hacking, I'd left Akihabara and tried to contact... this is not me speaking. Not that it changes much, but... While Daru was doing his hacking, I'd left Akihabara and tried to contact Amadeus from Tokyo Station. It had worked. Elisa had responded. I cut it off instantly, but I was sure of it. The app was still working. This plan was going to use it. What do we do once it's running? Amadeus is an AI made from the memories of a girl named Kurisu Makise. We're going to deceive her. That's right, our goal was to deceive Kurisu. When we contacted Amadeus, the enemy would know where we were. My plan was to take advantage of that fact. When you boot up the Amadeus app, we'll start another program too. That's the other program, yeah? Can you hit the icon with the S right there? This, yeah? Let's tap the phone. Hello, it's me. Try talking to it. What's up, yeah? Nothing really. I just wanted to talk to you a little. Wow. It automatically answers, huh? What I asked Maho to make was a simple program that detected words and phrases in the conversation and replied with set patterns. We'd call it an artificial non-intelligence. It's a bot named by Okarin and myself. Made by Okarin and myself. We call it Salieri. Thanks to the famous movie, Salieri was known as a lesser man with an inferiority complex. In reality, he was a very talented composer. It's a bit rude to the real Salieri to give his name to something something like this, but there wasn't time to worry about that now.
アマデウスを起動する
Once you activate Amadeus,
俺たち
I bought it set to automatically respond to
自
it.
動で返事をしてくれるようになっている。
つまり
In other words, you can make them think that it's you
今
talking.
喋っているのは岡部。
そういうこと。
That's right. Which meant Amadeus would think I was where they were. Would have liked to have more. I would have liked to have had more terminals, but since Amadeus needed the cell phone to be registered with its systems, there weren't many I could use. All I had were my phone and Maho's, but for a short time period it would be enough. Plus, Maho's phone had her own version of Salieri. That was the message I'd sent to Moeka's Ryan. The plan was for her to spread information indicating that Maho and I had Kurisu's laptop and hard drive. And if they were doing that memory, even if they were doing the memory experiments, they still wouldn't want someone else getting their hands on them. Sooner or later, they'd pick up on that information and come after me with everything they had. Amadeus was in their hands. Amadeus' location data told them I was there. They would come looking. Wouldn't be there at all. And then they'd get a call for someplace completely different and head there. The plan was to keep them occupied with that and keep their eyes off the server hacking.
以上が
That is your mission.
なる
Everyone nodded.
くれぐれも言っておく
I'll say again. You must absolutely not make contact with Amadeus for an extended period of time.
それから
Once you hang up,
アマデウスを
you need to move.
すぐに
If
その
something
行動を
happens,
すること
call me immediately.
何かあったらすぐに連絡をこれだけは絶対
You
に
need to do these things no matter what. Got it?
分かったな
私は
What should I
どうすれば
do?
いいのかな。
Agadi raised a hand hesitantly.
君は連中に顔
They know your face. You should stay here.
ここから動かない方がいい
でも
But I want to help too.
何か
I don't want to do nothing while mommy and everyone else are
ママや
helping.
みんなが頑張ってる中で一人何もできないでいるなんてそんなの嫌だよ。
Well, this was a problem.
お願い
Please,
オカリン
Wakarin.
さん私に
Let me help
手伝わ
too.
せて。
I understood how she felt. I still couldn't put her in danger.
すまないが
Sorry, but
かがりちゃん。まゆしーが
Katie,
かがりちゃんの
Ayushi's gonna work hard for you too. So do as Okarin says.
オカリンの言う
Okay?
通りにして。
Ne?
ママ、わかった。
Okay.
ママが
If you say so,
そう
mommy.
言うなら。
That seemed to be good enough for her.
おじさん、
Uncle,
かがりには
shouldn't we hide Kagari somewhere until this is all over?
どこかに隠れさせておくべきじゃないか。
そうだな
Maybe, but where?
どこに
If we were going to hide her, it would have to be at Lukiko's house or Ferris's place.
なんなら
Why not go to my hideout?
でも行く
隠れ家
Hideout?
お前
Got a
そん
hideout?
なもの持ってるのか
バイト用
We
に
got a lot of them, thanks to my job.
そこで
If
よ
you
ければ
want one,
どうぞ
it's yours.
よし
Alright then.
決まりだ
It's settled.
かが
Are
り
you okay with that, Kagari? Yeah,
わかった。
alright. The issue was that I couldn't leave Kagari
あ
alone.
の、私にも何かやらせてもらえませんか？
Is that Yuki? Is there something I could do?
え
Turned around and saw that at some point Yuki had entered the room.
ゆきさん。橋田さんからここ
Actually, they gave me the key to the
預
lab.
かっていたので、
She showed us the key in her hand apologetically.
その
Last night,
それで
I
橋田
caught
さん
him
に
and he
連
seemed
絡
like he was
したら
really busy with something.
なんだか大変
I
そう
bought
だ
him
った
some
から
snacks.
差し入れをと思って持ってき
Put
た
the
ん
key
だ
away
け
and
ど
then showed us a bag with the logo of a local cake shop on it.
事情はよくわかり
I
ませ
don't
ん
know
が
what's going on,
何か
but I was
できる
hoping there would
こ
be
とない
something
か
I
な
could
と
do.
思って。
でもさ
But we can't get you involved.
いや
No,
かが
you
り
just have to stay with Kagari. It should be fine. Before I thought that it was maybe Yuki who'd attacked the lab. Looking back, that was wrong. She was the woman in the motorcycle suit. There was no need to do something so elaborate. Could have just used the fact that she was in the same circle as Kagari to invite her somewhere and kidnap her. There was no need to take the risk of attacking the lab.
すまなかった
Thanks.
じゃあ
Alright,
ゆきさんは
Yuki, you stay with Kagari.
すべてが終わる
I
まで
want you staying at Dalu's hideout until this all blows over.
身を潜めて
He can tell you where to go.
事情は
Once things calm down,
落ち着いたら教
I'll
え
tell you what's going on.
わかりました。
Alright. Yuki nodded. Now everything was ready. Looked around at everyone in the lab.
じゃあ
Okay, guys. Now just follow the plan
通りに
and...
待って、オカリン。
Wait, Okarin! You don't want to say goodbye to
言わ
Kurisu?
なくていいの？クリスさんに。
Goodbye. Amadeus was an artificial intelligence. He was an artificial being, not Kurisu herself.
ちゃんと
Say goodbye,
お別れ
okay?
して。後
So
悔し
you
な
won't
い
regret
よう
it.
に。
Betty handed back the phone I'd just given her.
そ
You're right.
うだな。悪いがここで少し待っていて
Can you all give me just a minute? Okay. I left Mayuri and Lukiko behind and went to Akihabara Bridge. If I made contact with Amadeus, she'd know where I was. Why I'd chosen this place. This was the first place I'd let Kurisu see how weak I was, back when everything seemed at its darkest. An advertising van passed by, blowing jaunty opera music at a loud volume that clashed horribly with his flashy paint job. I waited for it to get out of earshot before I tapped the Amadeus icon. It showed itself immediately.
随分と久しぶりね。
Been a long time.
そうだな。
That's right.
私のことなんて
Thought you'd
忘れたと
forgotten
思
me.
ってたわ。
I hadn't forgotten. Could never forget.
いろいろあってな。
I've been busy. How many goodbyes had I said now? I said goodbye to her again and again, but I'd never gotten used to it.
それで、
So,
今日はどうして
what is it today?
君に
There was something I wanted to ask you.
何？
What? You want to know if you can make a time machine again?
冗談、
That was a joke.
続けて。
Keep going.
もしもだ。
Just hypothetically. If you could give up your life to save your
自
friends,
分の命と引き換えに
would you do it?
友達の命を救えるとしたら。
I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
答えてほしい。
Answer me, please. I must have been able to tell from my words and expression that I was serious, because she took on a serious expression as well.
その友達
That
は
friend's someone important to you,
大切な人なの。
isn't it?
あ、
Yeah.
私には
There are still many things I want to do,
たくさんあるわ。
many things I have to do.
やらなければならない
But
こともある。
guy down,
でも、
guy down.
それでも、
Even so, 17.
もしも
If I could make that friend
周りの人
and
が
the people around me
幸せになると
happy,
いうのなら
maybe I would.
受け入れる。
Risu.
ごめんなさい。
Sorry. Never had that happen to me,
なったことないし
so all I can do is
し
imagine.
かないから。
Which means I can't give you a real answer. But
それでも、
there was still one person who would remember
私
me.
のことを覚えていてくれる
There was
人
still
がい
one
るなら
person who wouldn't forget.
忘れないでいてくれる人がいるなら。とにかく、私の
Forget about me.
忘れること、
Forget about what happened today
今日あっ
and everything that came before.
これまであったこと。それが私
That's what I want.
望みだから。
忘れるものか。
Can't forget. Never.
俺は決して
I will never forget.
忘れ
This
ない
was a vow. A vow to get me through the time to come.
岡部さん、
つまらないこと。
Sorry for asking something so silly.
悪かった。
No.
それ
I
は
don't
構わない
mind.
けど、
Did something happen?
何かあったの？
いや、
No. It's
なん
nothing.
でもないんだ。
Nothing.
なんでも。それじゃあ、
Anyway,
また。
bye.
待って。
Wait!
え
あ
Oh no.
なんだか
It just felt like
二度と
I was
会えな
never
くな
going
り
to
そう
see you
な
again.
気がして。
Risu,
そんなことはないさ。
that's not true. Well,
そう
aside,
よね。
I don't know why I got that
私
idea.
なんで急にそんな風に思ったんだろう。
会えるさ。
We'll see each other again.
必ず。
I promise. Yeah. That's right, this wasn't goodbye forever. I'd see her again. But I won't say goodbye. Not until I see you again.
また。
You again? Yeah. See you again.
また
Isu, I had no idea how long it would take. I'm going to reach you. I promise. Went back to Mayuri and Lukako and gave them the phone.
お別れは済ん
Did you say your goodbyes?
あ、
Yeah.
それじゃあ
Counting on you guys.
頼んだぞ。
Yep. Watched them disappear into the crowded station and went back to the lab. The van was still playing its loud music as it drove down the street. 5 hours had passed since the operation had begun. The only sound in the room was of Daru's fingers on the keys.
どうだ、ダル。
How's it going, Daru?
今のところ
Doesn't look like they found us.
ないと思われ。
まだかかりそう
It's going to take a lot more time.
at
At least 3 hours.
3時間くらいは
It wasn't going to be easy after all. Daru must have been exhausted, but he was still working. Mayuri and the others were sending me regular messages. Mayuri had paired off with Lukako and Ferris for Suzuha. They knew each other so well they were doing a great job of working together and running around Tokyo. Suzuha told me that she'd seen shady-looking people several times. Morgan had sent me a message saying that they'd taken the bait. For now, the operation was succeeding without anyone getting hurt. But I didn't expect it to last forever. I wanted to get Kurisa's memory data deleted as fast as possible. In the end, my only choice was to rely on Daru.
すまないな。
Sorry about this, Daru.
それは言わ
You
ない
promised not to say that, buddy. Remembered how he looked 25 years in the future. And in that far distant future, he was still my friend.
オカリンさん、
Makanin,
ちょっといい？
can I have a second? A little bit ago, my heart had been resting to recover from my exhaustion, but at some point, she must have gotten up.
どうした？
What is it?
これ、
Look at this. He handed me a stack of papers. It was a printout of Stratford's report. Must have been looking at it after she'd woken up.
これは
What's this?
ストラトフォーム
List of Stratford's experimental
被験
test
者としてリ
subjects.
ストアップされた人たちの名前よ。
There were rows of names, sexes, and ages, and other information. Sean Keynes, Serena Spencer, Saiba Takanori, Imada Tadashi, Silas Gray, Sylvia Guinness, Belma Comerford.
ここ、
Look here. Pointing at her small finger at one of the names. It said, Nakagari.
椎名かがり。
彼女、
He was one of Stratford's guinea
ス
pigs.
トラトフォーのモルモットにされていたんだわ。
Of course, I'd known it was a possibility, why they'd been looking for her. And she had Grisa's memories, too. Still, it was one thing to suspect it, and another to see proof.
だけど、
They never made it to the last phase of the experiments, it looks like.
その直前
Says she
に
ran
脱走
away
した
just
と
before
書
she
か
got
れ
the
てある。
chance. Made me feel a lot better. Like he still had Grisa's memories, it would have seen a repeat of what happened in the last world line. Be another effect of the world line change. There was still no doubt that she had been in Stratford's hands for years. She'd been the subject of many experiments during that time.
少し、
I'm a little worried. Maho must have been thinking the same thing I was. Like he was alone with Yuki at Daru's hideout right now.
誰だよこの
Who's calling me now? I'm busy. The ringing that suddenly interrupted that conversation was coming from Daru's phone.
天主
It's Amanishi.
どうしたんだろ
I wonder what's up. I had a bad feeling.
う。はいもしもし
Yes, hello?
天主
Amanishi,
どうした
what is it? Did something
なんかあ
happen?
ったえ
Huh?
かがりたんが
Kagari-tan was what?
かがりがどうした？
What happened to Kagari?
いなく
He says she's gone.
何？
Grabbed the phone out of his hand and put it up to my ear.
俺だ。
To me, Okabe! Is Kagari really gone?
本当。
岡部さん、
Okabe,
ごめんな
I'm
さい。
sorry.
私
I was right next to her.
一体どうして？誰か
What happened? Did she get kidnapped?
いえ、
No.
それが、かがりさんが
Kagari left on her own.
私、
I tried my best to stop her, but she was so strong.
すごい力で。
自分で？
On her own? It was a voice, wasn't it? What was going on? Was Yuki really? No, that was impossible. Yuki was working with Statford, she wouldn't be calling me. Then why had Kagari run off on her own?
スピーカーモードにしてもらえる？私も話が聞きたいわ。
Can you put it on speaker? I want to hear this too. I hit the button to switch the call to speakerphone.
ゆきさん、かがりさんが飛び出
Hey, tell me more about what happened before Kagari ran off. Was there anything strange?
変わったことはなかった？特には。
No.
それま
We were just talking. Do you hear anything strange? No. Oh wait, come to think of it, I did hear some weird music from outside. It was like some kind of jingle from an advertising van. I remember it because it was really loud. Advertising van? Was it the one I'd seen this afternoon? That's it. Just read about it in that fire. It was one of the experiments Stratford did. The experiment involved brainwashing. Brainwashing? Brainwashing? I think she might have been brainwashed to behave in a certain manner if she had a pre-programmed source of music. That's the only way to explain why she'd run off on her own right now. That song the van was playing was K6205. Magic Flute, and to lead Kagadi astray. Fire also said that she was an ideal candidate for the experiments, and that they were still looking for her. Damn it! Probably had vans like that all over Japan, not just Akihabara. Falling right into the trap. What do we do, Okarin? Obviously Stratford had gone after Kagadi. Meant all we could do was... There was another call. This time, it was to my phone. I had Ferris prepare several cell phones for my use in this operation. One to use to call everyone, one to give to Kagadi, and... The call was coming from the phone I'd given to Kagadi. Probably wasn't from her, though. Could it be? Let's get in. The digitally altered voice made the caller seem even more eerie. That's right. Who are you? You have Kagadi Shina. I don't need to tell you what we want, do I? This is laptop and hard drive. Give me time to think. Think? Think about what? The exchange will take place tomorrow. We'll tell you where and how later. They hung up. Swap her for Cadis's computer and hard drive. What's the plan? Can't believe Kagadi was brainwashed. Zoe was gritting her teeth in frustration as she listened to us. I had to come back immediately after the call. I brought Moika Kidia to the lab as well. Want your honest opinion? We do what they want. Will they give us back Kagadi? No. Moika gave her honest opinion. I agree. They're willing to use dirty tricks like brainwashing. They don't need her, they'll just kill her. They might kill you too. The only reason they would have called me specifically is that they knew I had information they wanted to keep hidden. With what I'd gone through already, I could safely assume they'd show no mercy. No after what Kurisu had left behind. Memories and her belongings. I didn't want them causing any more wars. Which meant there was only one thing I could do. I have to bust in and take back Kagadi. Dangerous, but it was the only way. Eddie and the others were still out there fighting. It meant they should still think I was running around the city. Bust in? You don't even know where they are! No, it's in the basement of the university, isn't it? I do. Really? Uncle, when did you... Suzuha, will you help? And towards Morika, who shook her head. Not willing to go that far. I bet. You can't go alone. It's too dangerous. Take this with you. No. Might be safer than going with a big group. I knew that fate wasn't going to let me die for a little while longer. Not going to tell the other girls? Would probably just worry them. Daru, keep working on that file lock. And leave your phone on the call with me. Uncle, here. He's handing me a semi-automatic pistol. A semi-automatic pistol developed by Austrian arms manufacturer Glock. This is the civilian version of the official sidearm of the Austrian military, the PI-80. The 9mm caliber and 17 plus 1 round capacity. The frame is fully plastic. Its revolutionary design would have a huge effect on future firearm technology. Protect yourself, if you have to. Hesitated but decided to take it. First time in my life I'd ever held a gun. It was a lot heavier than I expected it to be, even though it was part plastic. The lights were still on at the building in Canada. In Conda! Even at this hour, the gate was open. That's how colleges were. As expected, we made it inside with no trouble. Kagari is in. Should be. As information from 2036 was right, Bradford's base was here at my university, Yodenki. Several buildings occupied the school's Conda building campus. Building 1, Building 5 through 7, and Buildings 11 through 15. Buildings 5, 6, 10, and 15 were scattered throughout the surrounding neighborhood. The remainder were in their own little isolated area. Only 2 of those with basements were 11 and 15. My guess was that Stratford's base was here, Building 11. It's not only the building with the newest equipment, but it was a big building with 17 floors and a lot of foot traffic going in and out. I didn't know how many people Stratford had working for them, but at least some of them had to have been out looking for me. It meant this place would be less well guarded than usual. And Suzuha with me too. Doable. This way. I led Suzuha straight down the stairs. There were 3 elevators in the building, but Suzuha had decided that taking them would be too dangerous. The potential to be trapped. The problem was what lay down below. There were over 20 rooms of varying sizes in the 2-story basement. One of them was the base. This way. Know where to go? I remembered. I've infiltrated this place once before. I was here. The place was falling apart. The outside looked totally different. I'm sure of it. Suzuha led me down the corridors without hesitation. With her gun in her hand and her hips dropped low to the ground to avoid making noises as she ran, she looked just like a cat. Stopped in front of one of the rooms and nodded to me. No different than any of the others. There was no nameplate on it. Supposed to be a large generator room, as I recalled. Save Kagari. Just protect yourself. Right. Took the Glock out from my belt. It's heavy in my hands. Dad taught me how to use it, but I'd never fired it before, and I wasn't sure I'd be able to. It would still serve as a bluff. Here we go. 2, 1. Finished the countdown. Suzuha shot off the doorknob, kicked open the door, and ran into the room. Did it all in one swift movement. I ran in after her and realized immediately that something was wrong. The thing I noticed was the stench. It was an iron smell strong enough to make you puke. Blood. The floor of the room was covered with blood. There were bodies too. 4 or 5 of them. Of course, Suzuha hadn't done it. It was already like this when we got here. What's going on? As I was slowly working her way forward, I followed her. Some of the bodies were Japanese and some were American. The room continued on. A large man was lying face down next to a half-open door. Next to him was... You're here sooner than I expected, Rintaro. Bakana. Voice saying my name was voluptuous and feminine. Its accent was foreign. I'm glad you're doing well. Why? I came to get something I was looking for. The ray spun around quickly and smoothly like a dancer. Kagari was seated behind her.
Kagari!
Some kind of strange mechanical device over her head. No matter how much I called out her name, she didn't move an inch. There's a really demented look in her eyes. You ever notice when they want people to look demented, they add like a couple of lines underneath their eyes? Kind of like the tired. The smile was sharp and cold. really like the warmth I've seen when we first met. Watch out, she's military! Because I already had a gun drawn on Reyes. Reyes didn't seem concerned in the slightest. Military? Noji had said that, come to think of it. The group looking for Kagadi was with the Western military. I wondered if a normal spy would have taken their own life. Who might you be? Give back Kagadi. I love that face. I didn't know there was anyone in Japan with a face like that. Why don't you start by giving me your gun? If you don't, Kagadi Shina will die. No? The second she dies, you're dead too. I see. But I'm just one part of a large organization. Killing me won't change a thing. I laid the gun at her feet, frustrated. Good girl. Now stand there with your hands behind your head. So, Rintaro, I believe I told you what the deal was. Did you bring them? Oh my. Such a naughty boy. You didn't bring them, and I can't let you have Kagadi Shina. Said Kagadi was asleep, but when I looked closer, I saw that her eyelids weren't fully closed. What little I could see of her eyes, they were empty and devoid of light. What did you do to Kagadi? Fortunately, nothing yet. I just played the lullaby they used with her. But if you're not going to accept my trade, then maybe I'll just get started. With Kagadi's cheeks with the barrel of the gun, look of ecstasy on her face. And then Kurisu's laptop and hard drive somewhere special. You're not going to give me Kagadi, and I won't tell you where. Let Kagadi go first! Negotiations are pointless, Rintaro. You're not going to give me what I want, then I'll just do things my way. It wasn't a threat or a bluff. Reyes was acting like this was an everyday conversation. All the blood and stench around us. That somehow made it even creepier. Did you do this? Yes. If they hadn't been so stupid, they might have managed to live a little longer. It's a shame. Why would you do something like this? It's simple. They figured out who I really am. Who you really are? Remember what she just said? You're with the military? And a scientist as well. DARPA. Not that that means anything to you, I'm sure. The American Defense Ultimate Research Projects Agency was created to adapt the latest scientific technology for military purposes. It reports directly to the President of the United States and the Secretary of Defense. It is staffed by around 300 people. The organization. You're Panit. That sounds like a really ridiculous name for some reason. The Defense Ultimate Research Projects Agency? No way. Dr. Reyes is with them? Yamaha's voice through my Bluetooth microphone. Left my phone connected to data so that we could stay in touch if we needed to. Just give me a little more time. My time now? The impossible. I had started for the impossible many times before. Now it was my turn. Couldn't let her hurt Kagadi. If I had lost a weapon, it would be hard to do this by force. I need to keep her occupied. Why would someone from the military? My team originally worked on brainwashing. Brainwashing? Then Kagadi... Just so we're clear, it wasn't me who did this to her. It was them. Them. Must have meant the people lying on the floor. I don't know if I believe that. Why would the military want to brainwash people anyway? There was no need to even ask. I needed to buy time for Dadu to finish this hacking. You know why. We want soldiers who do exactly as they're told. Our goal was to make the ultimate soldier, who never complains, never fears death, who willingly sacrifices himself for his country. Herself! I'm not looking at you, Danganronpa 1. Nothing unusual about it. It's been done all over the world for over a century. But then we realized we could make the ultimate soldier without going through the hassle of brainwashing. An AI soldier. Name alone made it sound like the title of a cheap sci-fi movie. It also just made it creepier. See, so you implant an artificial intelligence into the soldier's brain. It would let you mass-produce highly intelligent, highly capable soldiers. If you can install the memories needed for special skills, too, you have a whole army of specialists ready for any mission imaginable. That's right! Rintaro! You're quick on the uptake. And in the future, we'll be able to make soldiers capable of enhanced teamwork and via group consciousness, too. What do you think? Amazing, isn't it? You can't do that! It's wrong! That's what they all say. I was worried that Suzuha might jump at her in fury, but she stayed completely calm. Reyes was right next to Kagami. No matter how fast Suzuha was, without a gun, Kagami was still in danger. I knew Suzuha was watching the situation carefully and waiting for an opening. Listen to me. We want stability. Our military is the only thing keeping the world peaceful. And if they have to sacrifice themselves to become the soldiers who can make that possible, I'm sure they won't mind too much. It was selfish reasoning. There was no way I or anyone else would accept that. But... Interesting. Dr. Reyes. No. Reyes! You interest me greatly indeed! Suzuha's gaze darted over to me for just a moment. I seemed to criticize me, but she didn't say anything. My name is not Rintaro! My job right now is to keep her busy until Daddy broke the lock on the fires. I meant that now is the time to act. To act the part of the biggest fool I could. That was my job. My name is Horin Kiyoma. I am the man who shall destroy the ruling structure of the world and plunge it into chaos. What kind of joke is this? I, the mad scientisto of madness, Horin Kiyoma, admit it! You, Reyes, are moderately mad! Nani? Horin Kiyoma! Rintaro Kabe is the disguise I use to deceive the eyes of the world. This is my true identity! I am the mad scientist, reviving like the phoenix! What am I hearing? You screwed up, kid! For a moment her mouth had hung open in shock, but she quickly regained her cocky smile. I couldn't back down now. Reyes, I already know what you've done thus far. You infiltrated Victorchondria University as a professor to work on your AI soldier project. And while you were there, you found out about Amadeus. Correct? Yes, that's right. Amadeus was quite the interesting project. But what interested me more kept on the body next to her as if it were an object, not a human being, were the traces I saw of their involvement. And just as I expected, I looked into it and found something incredible. You know what I found, right? The time machine. Yes? Reyes flashed me a dazzling smile and nodded. I see. The time machine. The impossible dream of all mankind. You learned of the paper that described how it would work. And you learned that if you could get it, the world would be yours to command. But you were a fool. Everyone like you thinks the same thing. A fool? Yes, a fool! Ruling the world, working for the nation, working for the organization. These are all the goals of petty men. If you would use the greatest invention of human history for those things, then you're a failure as a scientist. I'm a soldier before I'm a scientist. I've offered my life to my country. If my country can command the world, that lets us keep every other potential threat in check. And that's what's best for the world and mankind. Voice was rising in excitement. That's why we can't let any other country get it ahead of us. By obtaining this revolutionary theory before anyone else, we can keep the world's power balance the way it is. We can keep the world peaceful. We can't let another country, let alone a civilian corporation, get their hands on it first. And that's why you killed all these people? I'll say it again. You are a fool! I see. I do feel bad about what I did to them. It didn't really sound like she meant it. The plan was to let them go a while longer, and then take the data once they had it all. Why kill them? One of the people I sent in to spy on them screwed up. So I do blame myself for that. But they're at fault too. Japan hires civilian scientists. I offered them jobs, but they got greedy and started making demands. Losing talent like that is such a shame. The corners of her mouth rose a little as she spoke. Didn't seem like she really felt that way at all. So, Rentaro Kabe, I've got an offer for you. Why not work for Derpa? What? You look surprised. Why did you think I was telling you all this? Long villain monologues only exist in your Japanese samurai movies. Don't worry. We don't care about what country you're from. If you want, we can get you a green card. In other words, you recognize my talent. You recognize the mind of Ho in Kiyoma. Of course. I wouldn't make this offer to someone without talent. You've certainly got it. And you're Kurisu Makise's friend, too. The real reason she was interested in me was probably the latter. It was far too obvious. I might have heard something from Kurisu Makise about her time machine theories. That's what you're hoping. And that's why you want me. We take those who can be useful, and we pay. That's how things work in our world. Which means that once I'm not useful, I end up like the people on the ground over there. That depends on how hard you work and what you decide to do. Players laughed and went around behind Kagari. Seemed to be moving casually, and Suzuha didn't pounce. Probably hadn't left any openings. Are you done yet? Hitting my limit for buying time. Well, take your time and think about it. You have quite the high taste eye, if you've noticed my talent.
Highest eye?
Highest eye? High quality taste and a discerning eye. You're American and you don't even know that? Well, that's fine. I take back what I said about your failures as a scientist. Since after all, you recognize my talent. I see. Then you accept my offer? I refuse! Because I am Hoen Kiyoma! A mad scientist must always be a solitary creature. He must never belong to anyone, or anything, at any time. That is his destiny. First Reyes seemed surprised, but then she exhaled a long sigh. Well, feel free to take your time. Think it over until I'm done with her. What are you going to do to Kagari? She still had her hands behind her head. If looks could kill, Reyes would be dead already. You know what I'm doing. I'm overriding her memories with Karisu Makise's. That's... And in the other war line, maybe Derpa did that and not Stratfor? Wasn't all. Was the woman in the motorcycle suit who attacked the lab? Don't make that face. I've used this technique on animals and a number of humans. Reyes rubbed Kagari's cheeks lovingly. System had a critical flaw until now, anyway. But this time, it's fixed. She's highly compatible. I'm sure it will work fine. Every single word she spoke. And she spoke so slowly. Felt like it was drawing me in. Grace's memories, her mind, will be recreated inside this girl. And then we won't have to worry about any black boxes locking away parts of her memories. She'll do whatever we tell her. I'm sure she'll tell us all about the time machine. We won't need Karisa's laptop or her hard drive. As long as we have her, we'll be fine. Reyes brought her crimson lips next to Kagari. Tell me, Kagari. You want to be Karisu, right? No, Kagari! Don't listen to her! Kagari didn't move at all. Her genius mind will be yours. You can revolutionize the world. Won't that be wonderful? Well, Kagari's lips moved a little. Yes. Good girl. Rintaro, it was your choice too, you know. If you'd simply done as I'd asked, things might have turned out differently. And besides, you want to see Karisu, don't you? A person is nothing but the memories. It's the memories who make them who they are. When Kagari had Karisu's memory, he'll become Karisu. And you'll like that, won't you? And I'm sure Karisu will too. I'm surprised at how loud my voice was. I got chills. I see. That's a shame. But either way, the result doesn't change. You can just stand there and watch your mind be filled with the memories of the one you love. Reyes started to type commands into the computer next to her. Her was still calm. She wasn't attacking Reyes because she was waiting for Dolly's word. Damn it!
おじさん
That whispered to me.
場合によっては
May have to give up on Kagari.
私が動いた
As I move, get down. Knowing Suzuha, she wouldn't hesitate. Okay, all ready to go. What do? I give up on her? Couldn't do that, could I? Either way, Kagari was doomed. Alright then. His thin fingers stretched out. And Suzuha moved. There was a gap between her and Reyes in an instant. Gunshot rang out. The body shot back and fell to the floor. I thought to do that. Too bad, huh? Reyes had expected that, and there was nothing I could do. Well, I could stop Reyes. Hit the keyboard. What? What's going on? Why isn't it walking? Can't be. This stupid thing! Reyes pounded the keyboard again and again, swearing. The problem with the system? There were small lights in Kagari's empty eyes. Reyes distracted. This was my chance. Kagari ripped the device off her head, stood up, and managed to run a few steps forward before she fell over. Ran over and grabbed her. Reyes quickly brought her gun to bear. Another gunshot. I'd been shot, but I hadn't. The gun knocked out of Reyes' hand was spinning on the floor. Don't take another step. Suzuha slowly stood up, holding the gun that she'd just placed on the ground. You okay? I guess so. The others were bloody, but it wasn't a fatal wound. I was lucky to survive a gunshot wound at that range. Tables have turned. Got me. I didn't expect to lose to a kid like you. Reyes shrugged her shoulders in surrender. But this isn't over yet, you know? Said don't move! Reyes ignored her and picked up the strange headset that Kagari had been wearing. Now gripped the gun more tightly. Just so we're on the same page, I'm carrying a small bomb with me. I just bite down a little on my back teeth, and it explodes. At this rate, I'm sure you three will be caught up in it. You're going to kill yourself? I've been trained to choose death rather than hand information over to the enemy, sadly. You're bluffing. You think so? Then shoot. I moved to pull the trigger. Wait, Suzuha! Let's believe in Dottie for now. Ace glanced at Suzuha and then slowly put the headset down over her own head. What are you trying to do? You didn't want to use her either, did you, Amadeus? But you don't mind if I use someone else. No way. I told you. It won't end here. There was madness in her eyes. That's right. It was always so easy. There was never any need to use anyone else. I could have just done this myself. Now I will have Yurisu Makuse's memories. I will have the time machine theory. I will be the one to revolutionize the world. No. Don't. Use Kurisu's memories for that. Daru? Now I will rule time itself. Get rid of that fire, now! Hold on, I'm looking for it now. His fingers went for the keyboard. It's okay. I'll make good use of the memories of the girl you love. Got it! Got it, Okarin! Leonardo, now! Set up! Sakura free! Also, I really didn't want to skip that.
Coming to me, Chris?
He said the English pronunciation. As his fingers touched the keyboard. Silence. Nothing happened. There was no light or loud noise like the phone wave. Of course there wasn't. It was all going on inside her head. What happened? Reyes was in the exact same position as when she touched the keyboard, completely unmoving. Did the memories download? I took myself to take a closer look. Reyes collapsed to her knees. Light hit her face, and I could finally see her expression. There was nothing there. No light, no darkness, nothing. Hollow emptiness in her eyes. That expression of joy she had when she touched the keyboard was frozen onto her cheeks. If it's deleted, she downloaded nothing into her brain. That it was faster. By just an instant. Water had been empty just before she downloaded the memories into her own mind. She filled her head with emptiness, and now nothing was left. Not the memories she'd had before, not her own history, not her own desires. It was just an empty shell. An empty shell kneeling on the ground as if praying to God. Daru. You did it. It's all over. Everything. Your daughter and Maho cheering from the earphone. Let's go, Uncle. Not a good idea to stay here. You're right. Kagari. Can you walk? Yeah. The only things left were dead bodies and a living corpse. Medeus, to go on the other side of the machine, was gone. Gone from this ward, along with the memories of the person I loved. Said softly to a girl who was no longer there. See you again, Kurisu. Okay, Mayushi. We'll be back. Okay, bye. Luca, let's cosplay next time, okay? I'll think about it. Okarin, everyone, thanks for having us over. Yeah, come back anytime. What is it? Okarin, you've kind of changed. Have I? Yeah, I'm a lot easier to talk to now. Come on, Fubuki. It's rude to say that to his face. What? You were saying it too a minute ago, Kaede. Puppy face. Hey! Sheesh. Oh, then I guess I'll be leaving too. You've got work again today? Yep, I'll call you when I'm off. Let's make plans for this weekend. Okay, I'll be waiting for you. What? What's this? Darin-yan and Yukin-yan seem like they're an item, yeah? Do we? But my love for you will never change, Ferristani. Come on, Dad, not again. It had been 7 days since then. All the chaos with Amadeus and Kadisu's memories had calmed down, and normal life has resumed. There had been no official announcement of what had happened in the basement of Tokyo Denki University. The next day, the basement had been sealed off because of what was described as a lab accident. The military of maybe Stratford had covered it up. Since then, we hadn't seen anything strange going on around us. There have been no traces that we were ever there. They probably weren't going to come after us. Anyway, what happened back there? Back there? When that woman tried to download Kurisu Makise's memories from Takagiri, it didn't work, right? Think it was just a system error? Darinyan's right. Probably should have never thinking, yeah. I don't know. It's been bothering me. Come to think of it, when that happened, Takagiri seemed to have been thinking of something. She opened her mouth to speak. No, but... Come on, Kagiri. Don't stop your sentence halfway through. Just making me wonder more. I thought I heard a voice back then. A voice? Yeah. There was someone in my head saying, no. I don't really remember all that happened. Or maybe it was just a dream. May have been Amadeus. Maybe at the last second, she refused to allow her memories to override Kagiri's. Not a very logical opinion to be coming from you, Maho. Lukiko and Mayuri stared at each other when they heard Maho's words. The last time we activated Amadeus, the call cut off halfway through. Your bot was talking, but she seemed like she was in a really big hurry and hung up. That had been when it happened? Is that possible? I don't know. But Amadeus is just like a human. He has self-defense instincts. It's possible that she realized her memories were going to be used for something wrong. In a different world line, Kurisu's memories had once existed inside Kagiri. Maybe Kurisu had saved Kagiri from experiencing the same fate here. There may have been another reason, but at least that was what I wanted to think. Hey, Okarin. There's something I don't understand, too. What's that? You were saying that Amadeus caused a lot of world lines change just before now, right? But if we still remember what happened, that means the world line didn't change, right? Why is that? Oh, that? Thought about that right after what had happened. Just a guess. But I think that whatever I'd done something involving Amadeus, it had caused Kurisu's memories to fall into someone's hands. I'd gotten the memories, had used them to rewrite the past. But this time, we deleted Kurisu's memories. That means there's no word line change. Cause of the battle between Statford and Durpa was gone, and we'd gotten rid of the data that Kurisu had left behind. The future created by Kurisu's memories was gone. Suzuha and Kagiri were still here. If they were still here, then the future hadn't changed that much. Of course, I knew that. Once I could reach Steins Gate, the world line convergence wouldn't change. That didn't mean that this was for nothing. It was that small flash of insight I felt in 2036. This ward was another step towards it. What's the plan now? No, the phone move was made so that the future that Okabe time leaped from would exist. There's a lot to do. But first, get something out of the pocket of my white lab coat. I have a present for everyone. Okarin, Shina, Ashida, Makise, Kiryu, Uru Shibata, that's Luca's name, right? Varys, Amane, and then we have Hyoji, name right? Kagiri Shina, and Amane. Lab member badges. It identifies every one of us as members of the lab. OSHMKUFAHSA. Badge had everyone's initials on it. Plus, Kurisu and Moeka's were there too. I added in Maho Hyajo, Kagari Shina, and Yuki Amane too, accepting the past for what it was and connecting it to the future. That was my job right now. Labwoman. Kagari held the badge to her chest happily. Got another treasure now. Path that lay before me might be even harder than the one I traveled so far, but I knew the light was still there at the end of it. I think I understand why Kurisu and Okarin became friends. I only realized why my dad and everyone else relied on him so much. I know why Mommy always loved him too. I'm waiting for a Mayuri reaction right now. Also, did she say Chigayo? Because in Danganronpa, the phrase is sort of what Chigayo, right? Wait, what? How come Okarin gets all the chicks? Blow up and die! Chigayo. You've got Mom, Dad! Many different futures and many different pasts. Where they all converge, I know I'll find you. So, yes, it's me. And I can't edit it. Damn it! I got a new wallpaper and I forgot about it! What? When am I coming to save you? Don't panic. Now is not the appointed hour. Who do you think I am? Listen! I am the mad scientist, Hoen Kyoma, and I never go back on my word. So for now, wait. I shall release you from the chains of time that bind you. Yes, I promise. These two, till the day comes that we meet. All I have, I give to you. Sai, Kongu. December 2011. Akihabara. A year after all that chaos, Maho visited the Future Gadget Lab for the first time in a long while. He's here! Been a long time, everyone. Good to see you again, Maho. I'm glad to see you're doing well, yeah? Good to see nothing's changed here. Sorry, I was not expecting Suzuha to speak. That means the time when the time machine was supposed to go back in time has already passed. So that means she's stuck here now? Yeah, looks like not much has changed with you either. I know I'm still short, you don't have to tell me. That wasn't what I meant. I know, it was a joke. What's wrong? Blushing. I've been so lonely without you for the past year, Maho. Wait, you don't need to grab me like that. But... I'm sorry. I wanted to come back during the summer, but a lot happened at the university. The events of last January had left deep scars in Maho's lab. Of course they had. Not only was Amadeus involved, but many people in the college, including Dr. Reyes, had been involved as well. Thanks for coming all this way, Maho. Of course. I was a part of this too. I've got a responsibility to see it to the end. But are you sure? All the cleanup work you did over there last year would go to waste.
無駄になるんだぞ。
無駄になんて
It won't go to waste. You're the one who said this world's future would connect to the
こ
past.
の世界の未来が過去につながるって言ったのはあなたでしだから私
But
は
I've done what I
こ
can
の
in
世
this
界
world.
で私がすべきことをやっただけよ。
ああ、
Yeah,
そうだったな。
you're right. I was supposed to die in 2025, but I was alive. Everyone had been fooled, past me. Everyone in the future. The world had been deceived. I thought the future was certain, but instead I found a future I didn't expect. So wouldn't I be able to deceive the world too? By doing so, avoid the future that awaited us? If I could deceive the world, maybe I could find Steins Gate. But how to do so, unfortunately, was beyond me right now. The future me had said. The path to Steins Gate is a hard one. Trying again once or twice probably won't get you there. But I think starting there is the best way to get to it. I think that many futures are connected to the past. So this world we're in isn't wasted. It's a world that we need. At least, that's what I think. Many futures all connected to the past. That meant there was only one thing for me to do.
橋田さん、
Ashida,
例のも
Did
の
you
は
finish
ちゃん
it?
とできたの？
boss, ready to go. An old microwave sitting in the back of the development room. The time-leap machine that Maho had helped finish. Naruto had added a new function to it.
それにしても、こん
Yeah,
な
it's
もの
hard to
が
believe
世界
that
の
this thing
命運
controls
を
the
握
fate
っ
of
て
the
いたなん
world.
てね。
That's right, everything began here. Our fate and Kirisu's had all been ruined by this device. One difference between this and the old phone wave was that this was connected to a smartphone, not an old feature phone. Text messages to the past would be detected by Sun no matter what I did. Meant we'd become a target. That would mean taking this world that I gained only at the cost of sacrificing Kirisu right back to where we started. There would be no point in that. But there were other ways to communicate now beyond simple text messages. There were other ways to send messages. The software we use now, Vine, was one of them. I call it the D-Vine. Plus, the idea of using the electrons of a CRT television in the Bantu workshop to control gravity and create a singularity to send this message back in time was the same. Basically what Kirisu explained to us in the last game. The amount we could send was still 18 characters, same as the D-mail. We didn't have to worry about Sun finding it. We didn't have to worry about Mayuri being killed. The only problem was that we couldn't send messages back before we started using Vine. There was nothing I could do about that. The most important thing to do right now was make it possible. Yeesh. Pretty hard to find a way to make sure no one would detect it. If I ever to find a place they weren't watching. He complained, but he pulled it off anyway.
さすがだ。
And that's my favorite right
ラ
arm.
イトアーム。
Hey, haven't heard that in a while.
でも、
Are you sure about this, Okarin?
本当にいいの？そうだにゃ。
That's right.
またその
This may only bring me
今日
more
の
pain,
辛い思いを
Mikeyama.
するんじゃないのかにゃ。
かもしれないな。
Maybe you're right.
だったら、
Then,
でも、
but I have to do it
そ
anyway.
れでも俺は、やらなければならない。
オカリンさん。
The Third World War was going to happen unless I could stop it. Agony and Suzuha's presence made that obvious. There was only one future that lay before us. There was another piece of the path that would lead us to Steins Gate. Get there, I would have to go into the past and start over. It would be fine. I was capable of starting over as many times as I needed to now. I could overcome anything. But I reached the promised door. I already had the message I was going to send. Getting that message must have been why I'd come to this world line in the first place. Plus, I didn't know what I'd think, what I'd do when I received it. I knew I would be successful. I would lead us to another future. into another past.
かがりさん、
Agony,
不安ですか？
are you nervous?
だって、
If
もし
if the past
過去が変
changes
わって
and the world's at
平和な
peace,
時代が来たら
maybe I'll never see mommy.
ママと出会えなくなっちゃうかもしれない。かがりちゃん。
心配ない。
Don't worry.
アトラクタフィールド
Like the field theory says that what's supposed to happen will happen.
世界線が
Even if the world line changes,
君は
you'll see my Yuri
マユリ
again.
に出会うはずだ。
本
ああ、
Yes,
俺が保証
I
する。
guarantee it.
当？よかったね、かがり。
A nice Kagari?
おか
Okarin
りが保証
guarantees
して
it.
くれたら
I'm sure it's true. I'll see you in the future. Okay?
おじさん、
Thanks,
ありがと
Uncle.
う。
礼を言われた
There's no need to thank me.
もと
I
もと
sowed the seeds of all this
俺がま
anyway.
いた種だ。
This was where things got really hard.
うん、
No,
それでも
let
言
me
わ
say
せ
it
て。
anyway.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
そのセリフ
Say that to Daddy too, please. Please say it to your daddy.
プリーズ
父さんも。
Thanks,
ありが
Dad.
とう。
Sorry, I have to hear that line again.
そのセリフ父さんにもプリーズ
Please.
もっと上目遣いで目をうるうるさせて
Look up at me with dewy eyes and say it again, my daughter. When the past changed, everything I'd done in the past year would be undone. All the futures I'd experienced and all the time it took me to come back would go away too. But they wouldn't go to waste. I was here now, and in the past I was just about to begin my work. And the future lay beyond. When all those lives came together, the door to the future would be waiting. Steins Gate would be waiting.
では行くぞ。
It is time! In the name of Ho and Kiyoma,
これより
I now initiate Operation Helheim! Lab members, are you ready?
ラボメン全員準備はいいか。
Find the way there, I would change the past again.
オキドキ。
Oh, look at Suzuha, she's crying. Kurisu, so that someday we can be together once more. Receive the word, connect the possibilities. The word can be tricked. Oh man. Oh god. That was an ending. That was an ending that, ah man. And this isn't even the true ending yet. Oh my god. That was really something. That, oh man, that future was hard to go through, but it explains so much that has happened. I am so happy that we went through that. Alright. While this is going on, I'm going to look into the true ending stuff. Got it over here. Okay. Getting ending, Kagari ending, Kurisu ending, the promise from the... Oh, this one was technically the Kurisu one? Huh. Veer ending. Unlock the promise with Renacimento ending. Start a new game with a load of fire from before the closed Epicraft episode. There's a Vine message after the shrine scene that triggers the ending. Wait, after the shrine scene? So when the Makise thing happens? Okay, continue playing the game by following the guide for Vega and Alta ending. Oh, so Vega and Alta, that's the one that... Shit, I can't actually look at it right now because it's still in the credits, but... That's the Mayuri ending? Oh, right, I remember now. Okay, so... Start a new game with a load of fire from before the closed Epicraft episode. I'm probably just gonna start a new game then. That was a good ending. I enjoyed this one. So much happened in this one. You spoil who this ending is. For that, I kill you. You wanna die? Well, do you, Ventolo? I wanna see Maki say, cosplaying as Maki now. Divine was sent. Promise from Nascimento completed. Item was added CG and new wallpaper. Oops, not CG. Oh, wow, so the true ending isn't interesting. Young Kagari, Maho, Kurisu, Miyuri, and Dr. Leskinen. And now we have one more to go through. And we've been playing this game for 36 hours! How many tips do we have left? We have all of them? Interesting, oh wait, there's one. We're literally just missing one tip. Alright, guys, well, that does it for the Mark-say ending. When I come back next time, we're gonna be going for the true ending. Oh man, I don't know how long that's gonna take. I'm gonna give myself a 4-hour time frame, but if it takes longer than that, then that's fine. I'm completely fine with it taking longer than that because... Oh man, alright. So yeah, next time I'm gonna start a new game and just skip through the text until we get to the right message that I need to get, right? So... I'll see you guys next time for the finale of Steins Gets Hero. A good one. Bye.